Okay, just getting things set up. And of course, I will flip this around here shortly. Just, gonna start here in about 6 minutes. Like I said, this is the only time you get to see my TV screen because of copyright. So I will be flipping around back shortly, but just, yeah, let y'all know that I am streaming. Well, I'm be watching it, but you'll only hear it in the background as usual. So, yeah. Throwback Thursday. For those who are still in the U.S., it's still Wednesday. If you didn't watch my video yesterday, or you didn't see my posts either here on YouTube or even on Twitter, I'm working tomorrow. And because I won't be off again until Sunday, I had to pretty much reschedule this. And the only other time I could do this is either on Sunday or, late Thursday night, but by the time I get home, it just wouldn't work. Because I don't know if I could really just do a stream for 4 hours after work. Maybe for a couple hours, but for 4 hours, no. Believe me, I would like to, but, yeah. So, it's Throwback Thursday, but on a Wednesday. But, if you are on the other side of the world, it already is Thursday. So, I guess it's a Throwback Thursday for you guys. While for us here in the U.S., at least for about 5 hours or longer, depending on where you're at, 6 hours for me, it's still Wednesday. So, it's like a Wayback Wednesday. But, even if you, as I mentioned, as Wade Barrett basically mentioned in the video, Stu Bennett, whatever we call him, it was me, of course, doing his voice, but yeah, anyways, I don't know how my schedule's going to be the next, at least month or so. It's just going to be random. Because this pandemic's just, it's not ended anytime soon, and honestly, yeah, I could be doing this on a Monday or something. I mean, now, of course, I don't have cable, so that's why I'm not watching AEW or NXT right now, but I'm at least able to stream stuff, like stuff on WWE Network, because I do have that at least. But, oh well, yeah, this was the only way this was going to work, was doing it on a Wednesday since I was off today. My vacation technically ended yesterday, because it was the end of my work's pay period, and we started a new pay period as of today, but since my boss already had me off today and had to go back to work on Thursday, and also Friday, so no SmackDown watched along for the first time in a while, which is alright, to be honest. SmackDown's been kind of a little, I wouldn't say too unwatchable, but it's been unwatchable for the most part. Alright, so on WWE Network, that's where you need to go. Go to the pay-per-view section, look for WrestleMania, and then go look for WrestleMania 21 if you want to watch along with me. If not, hey, I know AEW and NXT are both on tonight, so if you at least want to come around either before or after both shows start, hey, that's fine. I can't hold it against you. Like I said, if it weren't for my sudden change in schedule, I would have done this on Thursday still. I could have done it during the day, but I was like, I don't know if I can do it during the day before work. I don't want to run my battery down and then have to be in a rush to charge it again. And like I said, trying to do it late night after, say, 9, 10, 11 o'clock just wouldn't really work. I mean, yeah, I do have some international viewers, but most of them are here in the U.S., and even then it's like, But that's alright, I do what I can, so let me just turn this around real quick. I'm going to cover it up. Sorry. Oh, it's gone black! Alright. You guys get to see me now, because once again, copyright, unfortunately. Oh, hey, Joey's know it's on. Hey, dude, welcome. Right as I flip around, you come to the stream. Awesome, dude. Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm getting ready to press play on my WWE Network here in just a moment to watch WrestleMania 21, so thanks for coming to the stream. As I just mentioned earlier, I'm doing good. How you doing? As I mentioned earlier, I had to do this on a Wednesday because, unfortunately, because of my job, which is not a bad thing, but because of my change in schedule, I did post that video yesterday where I had the Wade Barrett figure, or Bad News Barrett, letting you guys know why I'm doing a Thursday throwback stream on a Wednesday. But that's alright. I was like, you know what? Instead of canceling it, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it today. We'll just call this a throwback, and hopefully this is only temporary. I can be back to Thursday when my schedule back to normal. Which was may I watch? Oh, cool. Well, hey, then, if you're able to go to WWE Network, getting ready to start right now. If you want to watch along with me, I'm hitting play right now. I have to hit OK, not play. Well, same difference, whatever. Alright, so let me just do this. Turn the volume down a little so I don't get copyright. And of course, the late Howard Finkel starts us off. Hey, there's Lauren Garcia. So yeah, like I said, Thursday, Throwback Thursday, whatever. It's going to be on a Wednesday, at least for the time being, because I don't know what my schedule will be next week, if I'll still be off Wednesdays, or if it's going to be random because of this pandemic. Everybody's just lucky to have hours. Like, I'm glad I'm going back to work. It's funny that's, I don't know, I've never thought I'd say, I don't hate my job or anything, but there's times like, man, I don't know. It's been crazy, and I enjoyed my last 2 weeks off. But oh well, yeah. Also, hopefully things will be quiet tonight because my cat's actually outside, so he's not going to be running around driving me nuts. He's actually starting to like it outside. You go back to work May 4th. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You work somewhere that probably, I don't know how it is in Canada, but when it comes to essential businesses, I mean, here in the U.S. there are certain places that don't get to be open, which I work in food, so of course it gets to be open, but even with less hours than usual, but okay, you work at Lowe's. Alright. Well, I know here in the U.S., places that's a hardware are still, maybe it might be different in Canada, unless you just took a vacation, but yeah. Oh, okay, hey, understandable. If you have health problems, you should stay home, because yeah, that's the worst thing to be, out in public with this dang virus still around. And who honestly knows how long this virus is supposed to stick around? Because they're even saying in the news that, oh, hey, this might come back by fall or winter, like. Is this to try to scare us or what? I feel like they're just not giving us the right stories. So much misinformation, but oh, you have heart problems, damn. Yeah, and that's definitely a good reason to stay home. But hopefully, before the summer, we'll be done with this, but I don't like them saying that it might come back. 15th anniversary of your last surgery. Oh, wow. Man. Well, as long as you're doing okay, I mean, just, yeah, staying in the house, don't get unless you have to, or, that's how it's been for me. I've been staying home. So, I mean, like I said, I go back to work tomorrow, but it's been a nice break, at least, for the last 2 weeks. Plus, now, you probably saw a picture on Instagram. I had a mask on because my job's now requiring me to wear one long gloves. So that's a good Mania for me. Alright, hey, I'm glad you're at least here to watch it with me. So, I mean, if you got WWE Network, if you're watching it right now, I mean, alright now, Lily Garcia just got done singing America the Beautiful, so, hey, I don't know if you were going to watch AEW or NXT tonight, but at least good to see you here, even if, we're here for, where you can be here for the whole show, or if you're just here for just a brief time. And as I mentioned before earlier in the stream, and if you saw my video, I'm not doing a SmackDown stream this Friday, just because, once again, going back to work, but that's alright. I just did the SmackDown watch-along, mostly so I can just talk to you guys. That's about the only other reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't really have done them. Oh, now of course they're showing the beginning of the show, showing all the movie parodies. Don't get NXT right. Oh, okay. Well, all right then. I guess if you don't mind, I mean, unless you have another way of watching it, I guess. I guess if you have a computer, you can always watch your computer and watch WWE Network on your phone, or however you want to do it. Otherwise, just, I'll just have the audio up as loud as I can have it so you can at least hear it in the background. So you can, try to, remember when you last watched it. So hopefully you guys can hear it somewhat. Like I said, just to avoid copyright, I'm going to keep it down a little. Alright, good. Just making sure. Talking to me. Fall approved by all eyes by Raw Wrestling Entertainment Incorporated. Oh, I think this is the one where Stone Cold Steve Austin's in like the Gladiator.
And tell us all your real name. You do have a name. My name is Gladiator. How dare you show your back to me? Slave! You will remove your helmet and tell me your name.
Oh, here we go. You asked for it. You better watch out. He's gonna open up a can of whoop ass.
Of the middle finger.
Middle finger.
Cheap ass whooper, sorry sons of bitches. Beer drinker. Among beer drinkers.
Oh, some pancakes. Alright. Sounds good.
Of no one. And I will stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry.
Some buckle in your ass. Walk it dry.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. And tonight, I unleash hell.
Yeah, unleash hell. That's right. Hell yeah. Man.
And now, Raw and SmackDown present WrestleMania.
Yeah, they should, but keep in mind that WrestleMania next year might be up kind of like it's in doubt they're going to be in California next year because right now they don't know what's going to happen between the stadium they're supposed to be going to still under construction and it might be delayed for a little bit longer because of this thing pandemic. And then also the city of Los Angeles is saying that they may not allow any events for at least a year, and that might not be until after WrestleMania. So they may have to move WrestleMania 37 to a different venue. Hopefully not the Performance Center. I know that's a year away from now, but still, the fact that they're already saying that they may not be able to do WrestleMania 37 in SoFi Stadium in California like they planned. A lot of stuff getting canceled. It's ridiculous or postponed. It's like... And it's certainly talk about stuff being postponed so far in the future. It's ridiculous. Like, they need to either, one, get rid of this dang virus, find a cure for it, or tell us the damn truth, because the more and more I hear this stuff in the news, it makes me really skeptical of how real this virus is, or how dangerous this virus is. I know they said people have died from it, but also a lot of people had underlying conditions to begin with. Like, the coronavirus just makes these conditions worse, but then so does the flu and various other things. I don't know. So anyways, I gotta always, for people who do watch the replay or whatnot, I'm gonna post, on the live chat what match is on. I don't know if I'm gonna tweet out again, but oh well. So let me go to my... Let me do this, just... Alrighty. Hey, Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. This would be a good match. I remember this being a pretty good match. I mean, I never really watched it until now, but I do remember seeing clips of it. So let me just type in the live chat real quick. On now. Eddie Guerrero. versus Rey Mysterio. Okay, just had to post that real quick. Alrighty. But yeah, Ray and Eddie, of course, at this time were the tag team champions before eventually they would lose their belts to the debut in Eminem. You know, Joe Mercury and Johnny Nitro, who would be better known as John Morrison years later, and Melina. I mean, that wouldn't be for quite a while, but, you know, think about how that was, 15 years ago. Crazy. And 15 years ago, man, that was to be A-Girl's last WrestleMania. But yeah, quite a show we got coming. I'm watching here tonight. Of course, the first Money in the Bank match happened at this WrestleMania. John Cena versus JBL for WWE Championship. Batista versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton versus Undertaker. And some other pretty good matches that were on this show. So far, Eddie and Ray started out with a little bit of grappling here, as Eddie had Ray down the mat, but only 2 count. Now he's got back up, working on that arm. Ooh! Ooh! Man, that was a heck of an arm drag. So, of course, you guys will notice, once again, I got my phone facing towards me, but no ring setup this time. Even though I do have a decent amount of figures I could have put out here, I don't know. I want to do something different for my setup. I want to first try to get some more loose figures of figures wrestlers I may not even have, or I just don't have loose. But also, if they would get that Performance Center in place there for the heck of it, because why not, since that's where all their shows have been held as of late. And I saw, like, Kurt Hawkins, or should I say, formerly Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, do a video on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast channel, where he and his daughter were actually putting together and playing with the Performance Center the Wrecking Performance Center playset, which I may get that at some point. I don't know when. I'll probably wait a while, but I know it goes from anywhere between $25 to $50 on eBay. I guess Ringside has it, but Ringside wants about $50 for it, and I guess I can always look other places for it, but the only place I'd go would be retail, but obviously I'm staying away from Walmart and Target right now, just how crazy things are. I'm only getting out when I need to. So I don't know, that might be something I might do for future live streams, or just videos and for the heck of it. Just because I don't know, that playset looks pretty cool. But yeah, getting ready to see Eddie and Ray lock up again. A little bit of a test of strength here. Ooh, and Ray flips Eddie. Oh, and then still holding on to each other. Oh, a double pin there. As both men's shoulders on the mat. So far, not a lot of high flying right now from Eddie and Ray, but some good technical, catch ass, catch can kind of, wrestling here between Eddie and Ray. And Eddie's was always a pretty good technical wrestler, Showed that he's more than a high flyer, and Ray's showing it here too. Ooh! Another reversal. Then, of course, Ray starts going for the mask, and every video I've watched where they taught this match is how Ray's mask was on too loose. Like, come on. And it's like, for a guy who doesn't want to lose his mask, he could have got a tighter mask for him. Look, he if you were watching along with me, you would actually, you know, or if you have watched the show before, then you'll see Ray keeps going for that mask. I mean, now, of course, if you were like me and you used to watch WCW before it went out of business, you know, or if you've seen videos online anyway, you already know Rey Mysterio was already unmasked in WCW back in 1999. And, you know, puts mask back on when he comes to WWE in 2002. So it's like, not like we haven't seen what he looked like before, but still, the fact his mask kept on, you know, coming loose. Like, I don't know who made his mask, but the straps could have been, you know, made a little better. Hey, welcome back, Joey. As I was just saying, Ray keeps going for that mask of his, just trying to keep it on. Like I say, whoever made that mask, you know, the straps should have made the straps just a tiny bit tighter so he doesn't have to keep on readjusting it. Out of pancake mix. Hey, understandable. We've got to eat something. Like me, I had some Arby's earlier today, which, you know, not having a car, I just ordered anyway. But even then, just paying those delivery fees, like, ugh. Like, I can't wait till this all goes back to normal. I can go back to eat out at a restaurant. I mean, yeah, drive-thru is always an option if I had a car, but even then, it's just like, man. But just go back to normal in general, because this is getting so ridiculous. I mean, it's been ridiculous since this pandemic started. Oh, Eddie trying to do maybe I think he's gonna do maybe like a surfboard kind of, or Ray adjusts that mask again. It's like, dang, Ray. Make sure requested a different mask for this match. Man, Ray, stop touching your mask so much. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Here's my flying. Ooh! Ooh, man. That was awesome. There we go. This match was start out slow, but right there, once you have some high flying, I mean, that's what I like to see. I mean, you got two guys who are luchadors, so why not have some high flying lucha libre action? Something that Ray's better known for than, you know, well, Eddie was known for too, but Eddie was definitely a good mixture of, you know, both the high-flying style, but also being a good technical wrestler, so, you know, seems like that's more of Eddie's strong suit than Ray's. Here we go. The more fast pace. Ooh, and Ray goes out with an elbow. Oh, Eddie getting ready to go for maybe the three amigos here. Yep, there's the first amigo. Oh, Ray reverses the second one into a roll-up. Man, 2 count there, dang. Eddie couldn't do the other two of the three amigos, man. Ooh. Dang. Damn, that was a close 3 count right there, but only a 2 for Eddie.
Some heavy duty offense, putting some strong offense on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, we hurt him, man. Eddie perhaps questioning the referee off that 2 count.
Oh, Eddie going back for it again. There's the first one. Gonna try to get those 3 amigos successfully this time. There's the second of the 3 amigos. Can he go for numero trace? Oh, baby. No, oh, here. Reverse. Oh, wait. Ray tried to reverse it. Eddie stopped him. Kind of a little bit of an Alabama slam there. Oh. Ray got the ropes. Gonna go for a 619. Oh, but he misses. Eddie ducks. Ooh. Oh, only a 2. Well, I guess 3rd time's the charm. Eddie's going to try again to go for the 3 amigos. At this point, it's like 5. 5, 6, I don't know. Well, there we go. Finally got 3 amigos successfully that time. Now going for that frog splash. Oh, and he misses as Ray rolls out of the way. Ooh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Only 2.
I'll tell you, that was impressive. How Guerrero, out of nowhere, stacked up. Ray was going for a roll-up there, and wow. Very impressive by Latino. Mysterio made it somehow. Boy, they didn't fall lost there. Ray's trying to keep Eddie away, but he got caught.
Ooh. Oh. Another 619 attempt. Oh, and he gets it that time. Eddie's down. But Ray's down a little too. Oh, West Coast Pop reversed to a powerbomb by Eddie. But Eddie gets another 2 count. Man. Ooh. Ooh. And Ray gets the win for Hurricanrana. So, pretty good match. Started off a little slow, but it got better towards the end once we saw Ray, do a corkscrew plancha off the, outside the ring to Eddie. So after that, it got better. But still, good match. And, one of many they would have in their feud leading up to, like, that match with the ladder and the custody for, Ray's son Dominic, that the storyline Eddie said was his son. That was one hell of a match. Man. I don't know, I'm going to have to watch that pay-per-view that was a part of, I think, was it Great American Bash or Vengeance? Can't remember what show it was, but I'll definitely have to watch that in a future throwback. Or just watch it for the heck of it. Just, I don't know, I'm debating what my next throwback is going to be. I'm probably going to try to do a WCW pay-per-view or something at some point. Just focus on WrestleMania for now, since we're still weeks removed from, WrestleMania 2000. Well, if you do remember, that was one of the choices. So I might do a last chance poll for the other, or second chance poll for all the shows that came as runner-ups. WrestleMania 2000 was a runner-up. 28. And I'm trying to remember some of the other ones I put on polls. So I'll definitely have to, stream WrestleMania 2000 at some point. So I don't know.
You want to see a wrestling god?
So maybe that'll be my next poll for the, or at least a choice on my next poll. But anyways, you got Triple H and JBL backstage talking to each other. Of course, keep in mind, these two guys going with their belts, not going to last very long. Oh, yeah, WrestleMania 15. Yeah, that's a show I could watch at some point. Believe me, there's a lot of shows I want to watch. I mean, I don't want to just watch WrestleManias, but I will try to watch what I can. At least watch more WrestleMania to close out April. Yeah, 19. That's another one I could watch.
You keep telling yourself.
I mean, at least maybe I'll watch those on my own one of these days, or heck, maybe I'll do a Sunday edition of the Thursday Throwback. Just for the Sundays, there's not pay-per-view, obviously, because Money in the Bank's coming up in a few weeks. Whether or not I'm going to do a watch-along, I don't know. I haven't decided. And I even put that in my video I did yesterday that I don't know if I'm going to do Money in the Bank when it does come on, but, I guess you'll have to wait and see.
And see who's still champion.
Woo! Just scared the crap out of Orlando Jordan with that woo. Hey, Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider. Oh, here we go. The Money in the Bank ladder match. Cool. I'm not going to really stream up to the SmackDown or Raw, though, or watch them, because these are only going to be mostly focused on pay-per-views. But I'll definitely go back and watch that on, on one of my days where I'm bored or something, where I have nothing to do. But since we're going back to work this week, well, as week's here at the end, but still, I'm going back to work to start tomorrow. I'll have time, but it'll be before or after work to watch stuff like that. So yeah, let me just do some real quick. I always got to post in the live chat, so anybody who either comes and joins me live or watches the replay can know where to, know where I'm at, I guess. Now, Chris Benoit. Alright. Just put that right there. Okay, just had that real quick. Alright, just had to post that real quick in the live chat. Just like I said, if anybody else comes to the stream or, if, like I said, on the replay, obviously. Me now. Now, of course, Shelton Benjamin. Or Shelton had been involved in almost all the early Money in the Bank ladder matches. And sadly, always came up short, too. Somebody who really deserved to win the Money in the Bank. And, if WWE would still use this guy, I feel like someday Shelton could win the Money in the Bank. I mean, the guy's in his 40s now. I mean, he could still go, but The fact they haven't really given that chance to win the Money in the Bank ever, but oh, and here comes Edge. Before he was the radar superstar. And of course, the Big Red Machine Kane. The ladders are on fire. Of course. Of course they would be. Attacks Edge. Oh, here comes Shelton and Chris. Of course, because Kane's the tallest guy in this match, so of course everybody's got to go after the big guy, you know, stop him. Because obviously having the height advantage, he'd have the best reach to grab the briefcase. Oh, Chris Benoit and Shelton Benjamin with a double suplex on the outside of Kane. Ooh. Chris has got the ladder in the ring. But here comes Chris Jericho. Ooh! And smacks that top of the ladder against Christian's chin. Ooh! Damn. Oh, Shelton back in the ring. Going after Chris. Stopping Jericho from getting that ladder. Of course, Chris Jericho, the one who would actually come up with the concept for the Money in the Bank, and, you know, could have also won this match on multiple occasions that he actually had been in it, but that's alright, you know. Besides Jericho and Kane, everybody else in this match was not a world champion yet. At least, you know, the only other people that would become world champions eventually would be, well, I guess Benoit. Benoit was the champion a year earlier when he defeated Triple H at the previous WrestleMania, but WrestleMania 20. But everybody else, you know, Shelton Benjamin, Christian, and Edge, which of those three, Shelton's the only one who's yet to be a world champion, and as I said before, came up short every time in the Money in the Bank match. Oh, Christian going off top rope. Ooh, to the outside. Taking out his fellow Canadians, Jericho, Edge, and Benoit, which, you know, if you notice, with the exception of Kane, Shelton, everybody else is Canadian. Well, then of course Tom Cobra ringside. The only other non-Canadian, but he's not in the match, obviously. But no qualification, so he can get involved anytime he wants. Oh, here comes Kane! The big man likes to fly. Here we go. Boom! Big old diamond clothesline to everybody that... Oh, taking them all out. Ooh! Man. Well, I just noticed on my screen I'm back to... Speedy here by myself. Joey left. Alright, well, Joey, take care, man, if you do come back. Yeah. I know, as I said before, this had to be rescheduled at the last moment. I would have done this on any other night if it wasn't Thursday. Because I know AEW Dynamite... I can't speak! AEW Dynamite and NXT both being on tonight, which both of them come on here about less than a half hour from now, if I'm correct, because I think they usually start around 7 o'clock my time, it'd be 8 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast. I mean, I could have done any other night. Sunday would be my other choice, but I'm like, man, I'm just going to do Wednesday since it's close to Thursday, because it's already Thursday on the other side of the world. So I'm just like, screw it. I'm just going to do it just on Wednesdays for the time being until at least I do get my Thursdays back. But I mean, I have to take whatever days I can. I mean, I'm lucky to go back to a 5-day work week at this point. Watch Chris Jericho, of course, using that ladder, nailing everybody with it. Oh, he throws that ladder on Edge. Ooh. But yeah, as I said before, I'm glad to be back to a 5-day work week, and I'm just going to take every... Oh, crap, Benoit. German suplexing Jericho while Jericho had the ladder, and the ladder slips out of his hands. Man. But yeah, just thankful I can go back to work 5 days. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm always getting all my hours. But I'll be at work usually to 10 or 11 at the latest. The earliest just depends on how bad our labor is. Uh-oh, Benoit trying to climb up the ladder. Kane chokes on him. Oh, Benoit going for that crossface. Of course, no submissions. Kane can tap out, but doesn't matter. And Edge breaks it up. Going back after Benoit. Oh, now Benoit puts Edge in the crossface. Ooh, actually, looks like he's more in the LaBelle lock. If I remember one thing, that the difference between the two moves, if your hands are, if your opponent's hands are up here on your face, it's supposed to be the crossface, and then the LaBelle lock if it's on your mouth. But really, the same move, just executed a slight bit different. Ooh, and Kane smashing out loud on Benoit's arm. Ooh. Ooh, an edge of a spear on Kane. Ooh. Edge limping just a little bit there. Oh, and of course his former tag partner Christian, he's in the ring now. He grabs a ladder. Edge grabs a ladder. He might have a little bit of a sword fight with ladders here. Wait, no. They're going to do a concerto, but with ladders. Oh, well, something similar to the concerto, as they ram the ladders into Kane, but not into his head, though. But still, I guess, hey, you know, even if they're not partners anymore, they still work together. Oh, and Shelton diving off the top rope, off the ropes with like a double clothesline to Edge and Christian. Damn. Ooh, that was nice. Ooh, oh, misses the super kick. Oh, but it does a nice little kind of bicycle, like roundhouse kick on the Christian. On Christian down while Christian had the ladder in his hands. Edge, of course, gets the ladder now. Sets it in the corner. Grab Shelton. Gonna whip Shelton into it. Oh, no, oh, and Shelton gets thrown into that ladder. Ooh. Oh, Edge, getting ready to do another spear. Waiting for Shelton to get back up. Ooh, and Shelton stops him and throws Edge into the ladder. Ooh. Damn. I mean, I had a feeling a reversal was coming up. Now, Shelton smacking Edge up against the ladder. Oh, here we go. Let's see what Shelton does here. Ooh, and a splash on the Edge onto the ladder. Ooh. Nope, Shelton going for that ladder. He knows what he's got to do. Move it to the middle of the ring. Get that briefcase. I mean, obviously, we all know who wins this, but still, it's just good to go back and root for somebody when you think they had a chance, you know. Because, you know, I know I spoiled it already saying Shelton's not going to win, but, you know, we all should already know by now who won this. But still, Shelton's somebody who definitely... Oh, wow! Briefcase moving out of his way. Oh, here comes Chris Jericho. He's back on the ladder. And now he and Shelton are duking it out. Oh. Ooh. Oh, Christian back in with another ladder. Oh, here comes Benoit. Benoit's getting on the ladder that Christian's on. Oh, and then here comes Edge. Edge has got a ladder as well. Got 3 ladders set up with 5 men on them. We still haven't seen Kane in a while. So, you know, at some point Kane will be back in this. And all the men duke it out trying to stop each other from climbing the ladder to get that briefcase. The briefcase is still down. Ooh! Christian with a DDT off the ladder to Benoit, but it hurt Christian too. Ooh. Jericho finally gets off the ladder. So at the moment, just Shelton and Edge. Shelton trying to go for it. Oh, but Edge stops him. Uh-oh. See what happens here. Of course, now Edge is on the same ladder as Shelton. Uh-oh. Ooh! Ooh. God dang. Shelton with a T-bone off the ladder on the edge, but, you know, enough to take them both out. Chris, of course, crawling. Knocks the other ladder over onto the edge and Shelton. Throws the second ladder out of the way, so not only just one ladder set up. God, that's brutal. Oh, Christian's back up. Oh, he set the ladder up, wedged into the other ladder. I think I remember this spot. I think this spot will come and play with Shelton Benjamin here in a little bit. Of course, Chris is on the ladder. He's climbing up. Oh, here we go. Here's where Shelton runs up that ladder. Ooh, and clotheslines Jericho off of it. Ooh. So if you remember, one ladder is like this. Here's the other ladder. Shelton runs up it, goes right up it, and gets Jericho off of there. I mean, that was an epic spot. One that I believe is still shown in highlight reels every time they talk about Money in the Bank every year. Man, of course, showing that replay, showing it from the aerial cam. Man. Or the Wally Cody cam, as it's also called. Man. Man, I mean, that was one hell of a spot. And, you know, the Money in the Bank match, you know, even after it came its own thing, the pay-per-view usually doesn't fail to disappoint. At least in earlier years. I mean, maybe more in recent years it kind of has, but... Also, I don't know, it seems like... Oh, here comes Kane, big boot and Christian knocking him down while he was on the ladder, but... I mean, Money in the Bank pay-per-view's still been good, plus now you have the inclusion of the women. Now we've had like 3 women's Money in the Bank matches, so we'll be doing number 4 here soon. Ooh, and Shelton is tied up in the ropes. And Kane, of course, was trying to help him get him out. Oh, here comes Tomko getting involved. You know, trying to help out, you know, Christian. Man. Oh, shoot. Oh, here we go. Tomko helping Christian up. Trying to get Christian to climb up that ladder. Oh, wow. Got Christian on his shoulders. And that's not fair, but it's legal. Here comes Kane. Kane finally puts a stop to that. And sends Tomko out of the ring. Uh-oh, Christian almost close to getting that briefcase. But here comes Kane. Kane's climbing up the ladder. Christian's trying to punch him down. Stopping him from getting the briefcase. Oh, and Kane gonna knock that ladder. Oh! Knocks Christian off the ladder. Instead, Christian right into Tomko. Oh, man. Oh, and the replay of that. Christian got set off the ladder on Tomko. Kane on the ladder, but here's Chris Jericho. They both fall off the ladder. Jericho goes out of the ring. Kane, of course, hits the top rope and falls. Oh, man. Ooh. I think that ladder's bent a little. Oh, Benoit's back. He's got his ladder. So now there's another ladder in the ring, but I think they just took one ladder out. Because there was going to be 4 ladders at some point, but now it's back to 3. Now he's grabbed that ladder out of the corner. Benoit, of course, is only working with one arm as he's selling that left arm injury from earlier when that ladder got slammed on his arm. Or was slammed in between the ladder. Uh-oh. Benoit getting ready to go top rope. maybe we're gonna do the dive headbutt, but you got the ladder in the way, so he's gonna get off. He's gonna do it on the ladder. Yep. Which, keep in mind 2 years later, what we know now, with Benoit, taking his own life along with the lives of his wife and young son. Crazy. This could have been one of the many concussions from the headbutt that led to him losing his mind to do what he did. So, especially from that high, from up at least 10 feet in the air. I mean, ooh. And Benoit busted open. Ooh, damn. Busted in the nose. He's got a gash on his forehead. Oh my gosh. Got a little bit on his back. I mean, man, Benoit. I mean, ooh. I mean, that's just, ooh, man. Just that impact of that move. But Benoit back up. Getting ready to climb the ladder, even with just one arm. One arm. Busted open. I mean, could have been concussed in this match. Kane, of course, pops up. Chris better climb up faster. Kane getting ready to go up the ladder to stop Benoit from trying to grab that briefcase. Benoit punching him with only one good arm at the moment. But Kane, gives him a chokeslam position. Got the hand on the throat. Benoit trying to punch out of it, and he starts headbutting out of it too. Make Kane let go. Oh, man. And Kane gets sent off the ladder. Benoit climbing that ladder. Going for that briefcase. Oh, there's Edge with a chair. Stops Benoit from getting the briefcase. Man, listen to JR. He's pissed. Like, no, somebody get in there. And your winner, and the first ever Mr. Money Bank Edge from 2005. And of course, he would also have the briefcase again 2 years later, but he wouldn't win the match. But, hey, Edge, very important to the history of the Money in the Bank, because at least for the first 4 or 5 years of the match's existence, he always had some involvement in some form or fashion, whether it's in the match itself or with a cash-in. And of course, if you remember right, he would eventually cash in January 2006 at the New Year's Revolution pay-per-view when he would defeat John Cena for his first ever WWE Championship. And of course, Cena had his rule and elimination match prior to that, so that was definitely history. Man, that briefcase looks so different too. It's just a plain black briefcase. At least eventually they would change it up over the years before eventually making a default one for, the pay-per-views. Like, of course, the ones for Raw and SmackDown, red and blue. And then eventually turn it gold. And then eventually turn it green. And then have the white briefcase for the women. Man. Oh, there's Eugene. Crazy to think about a character like Eugene. Nowadays, if WWE try to do a character like this again, they get in big trouble. Not that they're not going to bring him back. I mean, just on a regular basis. Because, a lot of people who are mad, that have children of their own or even people that, have either autism or Asperger's, whatever you call it, who got mad over this character. Because really, in real life, the guy who plays Eugene, Nick Dixmore, doesn't have this mental condition.
This is like my second favorite WrestleMania moment ever. My favorite is WrestleMania 3 when King Kong Bundy he body slammed this midget and then all the good midgets
Can't say that word anymore. Midget. I mean, that word's almost as offensive as saying the N-word or saying FAG or, you know, at least nowadays it seems like it is.
WrestleMania is awesome.
Man.
This is the greatest night of my life.
Oh, yeah, this is when Muhammad Hassan and Davari come out. Where's Muhammad Hassan? Remember it's him. A guy who was Arabic, but technically in real life is Italian. And they just made him look like he was Arabic, but tell him to get a massive spray tan and have him dress up like he was from the Middle East, but, you know, he's a Middle Eastern American, you know, but in real life, like I say, he's Italian. I mean, Davari, you know, is Middle Eastern, you know, since he's of Iranian, you know, descent, but, you know, of course, bad timing later on in 2005 with that angle where, you know, Muhammad Hassan had some guys dressed like terrorists attack the Undertaker, and because it was taped, it aired, you know, only within the same day or so when that terrorist attack happened in London, or where it was in the UK. Man.
Do you have any idea why I'm angry? You don't like midgets.
You don't like, wow. Damn.
No. What I don't like is being excluded from the biggest show of the year. Now everyone knows that Hollywood is filled with police and tanks.
And he's not wrong there.
And Los Angeles has a long and profound history of prejudice and bigotry. But I have never been pinned in my career. And yet, I'm excluded. I have to take a back seat to a disgrace like you. And Johnson, no back and forth. That one is the most Italian who can hold it on.
Oh, Davari. Nobody understands a word you're saying.
I said, I would not, could not, and I am not going to stand for this. And if I wasn't given a WrestleMania moment, I was going to create one myself.
Oh, and there we go. Hassan and Davari now attacking Eugene. But wait, will somebody come to rescue Eugene? When it comes crashing down and hurts inside, I mean, oh man. Put in Eugene in that camel clutch. Just wait. Come on, where is he? Come up. Yep, the Hulkster. Here we go. The fans on their feet. You know, Davari shouldn't have worn white because I'm sure he crapped his pants. Don't know because he's scared or if he's starstruck. Because I'm sure it was an honor for both Daivari and Muhammad Hassan to be in the ring with Hogan. You know, as Hogan would eventually beat the crap out of both of them. I mean, right now they're beating the crap out of Hogan, but, you know, Hogan, oh, there we go. He's going to slam their heads together. Here we go. Boom! Oh, Hogan giving some nice punches to Hassan. Another punch. Ooh. Ooh, and a clothesline in the corner. There we go. With him off the ropes. Give Hassan a big boot. Wait, the only thing left to do is a leg drop. Or just throw him out of the ring, I guess. That too. No leg drop. You know, I guess because technically by this point, Hogan's already had bad hips. So probably taking a leg drop here would not be a good idea. Oh, there goes the bar of a chair. Uh-oh. You messed up, Daivari. You! And a big boot for Daivari. Throw Daivari out of the ring. There we go. Now, of course, Hogan going for the ripping of the shirt like he always does. Oh, nobody on here so far, and so I don't know why I don't show my chat box anymore. I mean, of course, you know, live chat always shows, but I don't know why the chat box never shows my streams anymore. Like, it used to show on my previous streams. I blame messing with the Facebook. I try to, you know, stream on Facebook too, and I think that screwed things up. But oh well. Maybe I just need to go premium on Streamlabs at some point, and I'll get it back or something. I don't know. I know, just a little useless nitpick. Hey, look, I see. Well, there's Hogan's daughter, and then there's David Arquette, the former WWE World Champion, in the crowd. Of course, Hogan's ex, Linda. Alright, well, I'm going to get for a drink real quick for anybody that does come and watch, so don't see me here for a while, so I'm not going to say anything because there's no viewer, but if you're watching the replay, obviously, then you'll know that I got up to get a drink, so I will be right back. Big old American flag of Hogan posing in front of the stage, so obviously just the right time to get up, you know. Nothing wrong with watching that, but just I felt like, you know, since there's not a match going on, I don't really feel it needs to wait too long to get to the drink. Okay, sit back down. Got myself an oatmeal cream pie, just something to, you know, chew on right now. A little snack.
Another legend. He is well known at WrestleMania. He is the Undertaker, set to go one-on-one with the Legend Killer.
Of course, up next, Undertaker versus Randy Orton.
And the man who hopes to slay his biggest dragon yet is indeed Randy Orton. In this business, it's about making an impact. And when I entered the WWE ring, I did that. The man of destiny. I'm Randy Orton. My accomplishments are endless. Third generation superstar, the youngest world heavyweight champion in history. You look at greatness. I pride myself on being a legend killer. There's no stopping Randy Orton. And at WrestleMania, I will do what no other man has done. I will defeat The Undertaker.
2 likes for the stream. Alright, cool.
Will become a myth, courtesy of the Legend Killer.
So obviously, it's not 7 o'clock, so NXT and AEW should have already started by now. So obviously, if anybody's watching this live, I can understand why you're not watching. Well, if you would have been watching it live, I guess I'd say, well, hey, whatever. Like I said before, it was that or I rescheduled this to Sunday, but yeah.
You slapped me across the face and jumped out of the ring like a coward. You sealed your own destiny. What you've done is awaken the beast. I refuse to be afraid. I have a message for everybody that thinks that I'm
Ooh.
gonna be a victim.
Showing Randy when he RKO'd Stacy Keebler.
I'm gonna do whatever
Ooh.
it takes.
Remember that?
You can't beat Randy Orton. Legend Killer. I care about my son. I love him dearly, and by golly, I think he's gone way overboard in this thing. Randy, I think, is the future of this business, but not if you take him out at WrestleMania 21. Please, have mercy on my son. I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you.
Looks like I have 2 viewers, maybe, or at least. Whoever else is here, feel free to say hi.
Come WrestleMania, your streak and your legend will be just like you. Dead.
Okay, I had something typed up and I turned this phone off for a moment. So let's put in the Undertaker. Oh, come on. Randy Orton. Okay, there we go. Just had to do that real quick. Post that. Okay. Now there's the Druids. They're around the ring, so Taker must be coming out first. Figured they would have had Orton come out first, then Taker, but okay. But then again, I haven't watched WrestleMania 21. Yep, Taker first, then Orton. So, Taker with that long entrance. Oh, yeah, because Taker took so long to get to the ring, they would usually put him on like a cart or something. You can tell he's not walking because nobody looks like that when they walk. So he's definitely on a platform of some kind. And keep in mind, this is at the Staples Center, which compared to like the stadiums they go to, isn't that long of a walk from the entrance to the ring. So wow. Taker on like some kind of platform, you can kind of see it. Like I think at one point it even kind of showed up through the smoke. Yeah, like he must have really like was hurting to walk. Or they're like, hey Taker, you walk too slow. We're gonna speed up by have you on a platform. Have you on some kind of hoverboard or something. Yeah. Yeah, if a team went undefeated in 12 straight Super Bowls, that would be ridiculous. Which I almost give it the Patriots at some point, but now that Brady and now even Gronk, who's apparently not retired anymore, are both on the Buccaneers, which, wow, that's something. Makes you wonder, though, how many people who were Patriots fans are going to, that were bandwagon fans are going to be now Bucs fans. I know I have a friend that lives around here that he liked the Patriots, but I guess he was more a Tom Brady fan because now all of a sudden he's all about the Bucs. But yeah, Gronk, who's the current 24/7 champion. Think about that. So even WWE acknowledged it that he's now with the Bucs. So if Gronk is still champion by the time of preseason or even the start of the actual NFL season, and he's still expected to defend that title, that'd be crazy to watch a game and all of a sudden you see like R-Truth or Mojo Rawley come in, and pin Gronk for the 24/7 championship during a game. That'd be something. I'd watch that. I don't know. That'd be crazy. There'd be quite some cross promotion between WWE and the NFL. I know because Randy Orton with his old entrance, back when you had the pyros that used to rain down, and of course coming out to Burn in My Life. I used to like that theme. I mean, voices works for Orton nowadays because obviously he's older, more of a veteran. So Burn My Light was more of his cocky, younger theme. And Orton said himself he never liked that theme to begin with. It even took him a while to like voices. Like at first he didn't like voices, but he got used to it. Like it fit his character as his character evolved. Alright. Alright, here we go. Orton Taker. Hey, welcome to the stream, Omar Hernandez. Said, yeah, definitely whenever I hear Burn My Life, I think of Legend Killer. Yeah, I mean, it was a good theme when he was Legend Killer. You're definitely right about that. Just like when he's now the Viper, the Apex Predator, how voices fits him, it was a good character evolution for Orton. So, hey, welcome to the stream. Of course, I am watching this on WWE Network if you want to watch along with me. Let me just make sure I get the right timestamp. I'm currently at the 1 hour, 9 minute, almost 50-second mark for Taker versus Orton, so if not, hey, I got to go in the background if you want to listen to the audio. Once again, because of copyright, I can't show video from the show, otherwise I'll get a copyright claim from WWE, or even worse, a strike, so I can at least get away with playing the audio. As Orton whips Taker off the ropes, ooh, and sends Taker down to the mat. Whips Taker back off the ropes. Oh, ducks down under him. Ooh, goes over him. Oh, and Taker goes with some punches there. Oh, punches Orton down. First out here, got Orton in the corner. Starts nailing elbows. Nails Orton from her punch. Oh, now he whips Orton into the second corner. Taker runs. Oh, and Orton gets out of the way and rolls Taker up for the pin, but only a 2 count. Oh, go for that RKO, but no, Taker stops it. Oh, sorry, no RKO, nowhere for you. Of course, Taker and Orton outside the ring. Taker throws Orton on the apron. Might be getting ready to go for that apron leg drop. And Taker nails Orton with the apron leg drop. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Taker about to go old school. And he nails Orton with the old school. Yeah.
WrestleMania, big-time player. And the Undertaker's credo through the years is he's been so proud of being able to take more punishment than anyone can.
Oh, Taker misses Orton. Orton gets out of the corner. Taker almost went out of the ring with that. Oh, and he does go out of the ring this time as Orton drop hits Taker, and Taker falls out of the ring into a barricade. Ooh. Ooh, Taker just hit Orton with those right hands. Ooh. Oh, and Orton gets Taker with a clothesline. Oh, and Orton goes to the pin, but he gets a 2 count. Oh, whips Taker off the ropes. And Taker, ooh, with a running DDT onto Orton. Ooh. Oh, sends Orton in the corner again. Here we go. Oh, gonna go for a side slam. Yep, sidewalk slam. They always say it different. Every time it's either a side slam or a sidewalk slam.
youngest champion in World Wrestling Entertainment history. Tonight, he looks to slay the legendary Undertaker as he's ripped into the corner by the 305-pounder.
Ooh, Taker splashing in the corner on the Orton. Ooh. And go for another one. Ooh.
As Undertaker explodes into the corner, the momentum of the dead man beginning to build.
Man, a lot of, being in the corner. Man. Oh, Taker. Getting ready to go for the tombstone powder. No, snake eyes. Ooh. Oh, and Orton stops Taker. Ooh, with an elbow as Taker runs off the ropes. Knocks Orton takes Taker down. Gets to go for the pin belt. 2 count. Favorite wrestler of all time? Well, favorite wrestler's always been the Macho Man Randy Savage, but Sting is a close second place. But definitely Macho Man. My favorite currently is definitely going to be John Moxley, which, yeah, AEW's on tonight, but as I've mentioned before in the stream and also in my recent video where I did a Wade Barrett impression, had to move the stream from a Thursday to a Wednesday, which was the only way it was going to work, but I would be watching AEW if I had like cable or a way to stream AEW, but because it conflicts with my stream, obviously I'm not watching it tonight. But I'll just catch the highlights of AEW Dynamite later tonight. But yeah, to answer your question, for John Moxley for my current, and then I would say for the most part Macho Man Randy Savage for my all-time. But like I said, Sting is definitely a close second place. Oh, Taker lines Orton down, goes for the pin, but of course he's only going to get a 2 count. Oh, Taker with the Dragon Sleeper on Orton. Oh man, Orton almost went to sleep there. Oh, reverses Taker Dragon Sleeper into a DT. Ooh. Going for the pin, but only gets a 2 on Taker. Oh, now he's got him in a rear chokehold. That's what Orton has right now on Taker. Okay, yeah, Chris Jericho's there, one of my all-time favorites. I would say if I have a top 5, Jericho's definitely got to be in there somewhere. And Shawn Michaels, I like Shawn Michaels. And in fact, my top 5 is kind of really hard to see who I'd say. Of course, I already told you my favorite's Macho Man, Sting, and I definitely would put somewhere in there Eddie Guerrero, Edge, and Chris Jericho in my top 5. In no particular order besides Savage and Sting. And then, Moxley being my favorite right now is kind of like, it's hard to really say who else I like currently besides Moxley. I mean, especially when it comes to WWE nowadays, it's really hard for me to say, oh, that's my guy in WWE. Oh, hey, we got Dragonfly. I think you were on my stream last week. So, welcome. So, yeah, watching, of course, WrestleMania 2021. This was supposed to be for a Thursday, but due to a change in my schedule at work, it's on a Wednesday instead. But hey, if you think about it, it's already Thursday on the other side of the world, and because I don't know how random my schedule is going to be, I'm just going to have to stick to Wednesdays for now. So this is Wayback Wednesday / Throwback Thursday, whatever night I decide to do it on. Because I could go back to being off on Fridays again. Which, by the way, no SmackDown watch along this Friday, so let y'all know about that, because normally I've been doing that the last 5 or so Fridays, but I'm back to work on Fridays. But still, I wasn't going to cancel this throwback stream or reschedule for a Sunday, so I was like, I'll just do it on Wednesday, just why not? Plus, give me a chance to watch a good classic WrestleMania like this one. Oh, Taker! Let's go to the last ride on Orton, as Orton was in the court. Oh, Orton gets out of it. Oh, goes for RKO. Oh, and gets sent into referee Earl Hebner. Ooh. Oh, Taker going for that last ride attempt again. Oh, and it gets reversed. Ooh. But no, well, I mean, it wasn't. But Taker gets up, though. Oh, here comes Cowboy Bob Orton. Ooh, and he has a cast on his arm, which he's always was known for wearing, even though his arm wasn't always broken. He used that cast as a weapon on, opponents, especially when he was with, Roddy Piper. He drags the referee Earl Hebner over to try to get the pin count for Orton. But Taker gets a shoulder up, only a 2. Man. Oh, and Taker pops up. Orton, you're done for. You are done for, Orton. Ooh. Uh-oh. Cowboy Bob Orton, he's on the apron. Oh, and he gets big booted. Ooh. Thanks for coming. Bob. You're gone. And now Taker can get ready to chokeslam Randy Orton. Oh, and it's reversed for RKO. Oh, dang. RKO out of nowhere. Well, okay, I see you guys are gone again. Alright, well, thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for the questions, Omar. Once again, if you have any other wrestling questions, feel free to ask. Of course, that's part of the reason why I do these streams. Not just because I want to watch these shows, but kind of like, for you guys to get to know me better or get to know you guys better. I know I haven't really been pumping out the content as much. At least not on this channel. I've got another channel I do for Pokemon Trade Card videos, but I decided to leave this channel as mostly a wrestling-related channel. That's why the Pokemon videos have stopped on this channel. But because I've been on toy hunt and I've been buying figures as much, that's why besides live streams, I haven't done many videos. And this could be maybe one of the other ones I do this week. Ooh, and Taker with the tombstone powder on Orton. Going for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. It is over. And of course, at the time, Taker would go 13-0 in his legendary streak. Man. So, good match. I mean, Taker's had a lot of good matches. Not every match he's had at WrestleMania has been good, but this is definitely one of the good ones. Of course, 13, an unlucky number for Randy Orton, as Randy Orton would be unlucky victim number 13. Man. RKO RIP, that sign there. Oh, man. So, yeah, pretty good match. So, I just have to look at some stuff here real quick. So, yeah, NXT and AEW currently on, so once again, for anyone that wants to come join me, cool. If not, if you want to watch AEW or NXT Dynamite, AEW Dynamite and NXT, I got the two mixed up. But you know what I mean. Where you watch AEW or NXT, or if you come watch my stream, I mean, hey, it's a wrestling night, so, whatever you choose to watch, cool by me. I just want to check some stuff real quick. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing alright with this pandemic still ongoing, as we are in the 5th or 6th week of this pandemic. I mean, man, I'm so ready for it to be done with. And I get tired of them saying in the news, Oh, hey, you know, we may be getting to the peak of this. It's going to get worse this coming fall or winter, like. Oh, that's great. That's great to know. Not. It's like, so what are we going to deal with? More of this unemployment and other crap? And more people possibly dying? I don't know. I'm sorry to get off topic, but, you know, COVID-19 is something that I don't think any of us can avoid right now. Even if you're lucky not to catch the virus, we're all being affected by it regardless. You know, but you know, it's good to be here at home watching a show like this to kind of, I guess, I don't know, get away from all the news about this crap. So next match coming up. So we've got Trish Stratus and I think it was what, Christy Hemme. Yeah. Man. Alright, so of course, yep, next match coming up. I'm about to post in the live chat real quick. I just was also just chatting with somebody on Facebook real quick. So yeah. If I can do this. Oh, come on. Alright, so let me just type on here real quick if I can. Trish Stratus for the Women's Championship. Okay, there we go. I just had to post that real quick. Alrighty. So, of course, if anyone wants to follow along with me, I'm currently at the, well, the hour and a half mark. 1 hour, 30 minutes, and currently 12 seconds at the moment, but just, that's where I'm at. If you aren't already watching it, obviously, if you have WWE Network, if you don't, then, I guess you can follow along with me. I'll try my best to call as much of the action, or you can hear the commentary, too. Ooh. Trish with a nice little bit of a chop there on the Christy Hemme in the corner. Now got her up against the ropes. Smacks her in the kind of like in the gut, in the midriff. Now she's mocking Christy Hemme. Oh, here she goes. Oh. Ooh, tries to give her a kick, but Christy catches her. Oh, kicks her down there. I mean, obviously women don't have, nuts like us guys do, but they still have like a bone down there that can still hurt. I'm sure it still hurts regardless. Oh, cool. You're a Lita fan. Yeah, Lita's always been one of my favorite women's wrestlers. I mean, there's a lot of good women's wrestlers, of all time. Trish Stratus is definitely another good one, of her being in the ring currently. And then, now with Becky Lynch being, the man and all, probably, one of the great, one of the best women's wrestlers, I guess, today. At least because of WWE, even though there are better women's wrestlers outside WWE. But I don't know. I mean, we've come a long way with women's wrestling, especially WWE. Ooh. Christy was dealing with the splits there on the top rope, trying to avoid Trish. Man. Ooh, and Trish with a little bit of a spear there on the Christy. Yeah, Kairi Sane, she's a good one. It kind of sucks, though, they've been having her get jobbed out pretty much to, Nia Jax as of late. And I guess the rumor is that Kairi might be leaving soon. She might be going back to Japan. So we might see her and Asuka split up. Or they'll just try to, let Asuka go solo. If Kairi does end up leaving. Ooh. Lita gets sent to the barricade, of course. Lita just at ringside for support. Christy going for that roll-up pin, but he's a 2 count. Oh, and Christy, slamming Trish's head to the turnbuckles. Yeah, Asuka is a possibility for the Money in the Bank. She could win it. She is a former Royal Rumble winner, so she could have a chance to redeem herself by winning the Money in the Bank briefcase at some point. Because, when she won that Royal Rumble, she ended up losing to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania a couple years back. However long ago it was, man. But hopefully, they'll do more of Asuka and just, do what they've been. And Kairi too, but that's if Kairi don't leave. Oh. And Christy, of course, had the tights, but she gets kicked down. Ooh. And it's over. Trish Stratus retains the Women's Championship. Thanks to the chick kick to Christy Hemme. As Lita stands outside the ring just mean mugging Trish. So, okay match. A fairly short match, but it was okay for what it was. Kurt Angle about to be in action for Shawn. Oh yeah, I forgot Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. Another great matchup, and the first ever meeting between these two. I was trying to think which it was, WrestleMania 21 or 22. It was 21. I was thinking it was that. So I did read the card earlier, but it's kind of like I read it so fast that I had forgotten that this was at WrestleMania 21. But it seems like every match Shawn Michaels had at WrestleMania, it was always good. That's why he was Mr. WrestleMania to begin with. And of course, my last two throwback streams, I watched, of course, WrestleMania 25 with Shawn versus Taker, and WrestleMania 24 with Shawn versus Ric Flair. So going a little bit backwards, but that's all right. I'll definitely have to watch WrestleMania 26 at some point on a throwback, and heck, maybe watch some of his other matches. Like maybe watch his ladder match with Razor Ramon. Oh wow, we got David Whitted. Hey, I'm doing all right. How you doing? Haven't seen you around in a while. Thanks for popping on the stream, man. Of course, as you can see, I am watching. Well, I mean, as you can hear for the most part, I am watching WrestleMania 21. Of course, have the logo up in the corner just for the heck of it. And it's coming up next. It will be Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. Ooh, they're showing Kurt Angle from the Armageddon Hell in a Cell match. He's all bloody. So remember, I'm just a sexy Kurt, sexy Kurt. I'll make your ankle hurt, ankle hurt. Alrighty, just waiting for when they get done with the highlights here, building up their match. As usual, I'm going to post in the live chat to let everybody know where you're watching with me live or you're watching the replay. Just for any new viewers, so new viewers will know that where I'm at. So I'm just waiting until they're done showing the highlight package. Oh, and they're showing Kurt Angle putting Marginetti in the ankle lock, and then the late sensational Sherry putting her in the ankle lock. Oh, beat up Josh Matthews back when he worked for WWE as a backstage interviewer. Alright, so guys, I'm going to post now for the On Now category. The On Now comment. Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. Just do that real quick. Alright, just had to post that real quick in the live chat. Okay. So sexy boy, sexy boy. It's your boy, toy, boy, toy. Sexy boy, sexy boy. It's your boy, toy, toy. Oh, and Howard Finkel. He's the one making the ring announcements. Of course, once again, Howard Finkel, rest in peace. And I didn't know that Howard Finkel had some condition that was making his brain shrink. Because there's like a lot of people online who thought that maybe Howard had a stroke, but no. That as his health was starting to decline, his brain was starting to shrink. Like, man, I mean, just to hear that he was going through that in the last few years of his life, that it made him like wheelchair bound and unable to do a whole lot. So, I mean, at least he kept that mostly hidden because he didn't want people to know about it. But, hey, still a legend. He'll be missed. And it was good that he was actually, here on this match, doing the ring introduction for both Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. I mean, one of the last few WrestleManias he would do. Alright, come on, guys. Here comes Kurt Angle. You gotta go, you suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. Of course, Kurt Angle, you know, one of the recent releases from WWE, but with him getting let go, you know, I don't feel as bad for Kurt as I do for everybody else. Just because Kurt Angle is a, you know, 20-year veteran of the wrestling business. But, you know, he's he at least has money. I think he's okay. Oh yeah, definitely. When when Howard Finkel was CM Punk's personal ring announcer for his match against Alberto Del Rio, because you know how Del Rio always has his personal ring announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez. So Punk is like, hey, I'm gonna bring up my own personal ring announcer, Howard Finkel. You know, at some point I'll have to watch that. I think that was Survivor Series 2011. So maybe later on in the year, if I keep this throwback series going, I'll definitely have to go back and watch that. Or I'll just, like I said, I'll watch the hell of it one of these days. So, if you didn't see either my post here on Facebook or the video I put up yesterday, I've already mentioned, and I mentioned earlier in the stream, I had to change my stream day because I'm actually going back to work tomorrow. So I just thought I'd bring that up one more time. That's why I'm doing Throwback Thursday on a Wednesday. So just remember, I had videos. I had a video up yesterday that lets you know why. But just to reiterate, in case anybody else does ask, and I could have put this off till next Thursday or Thursday after that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it today. So think this is more of a Wayback Wednesday, or hey, it's Thursday for everybody else on the other side of the world where it is Thursday. So believe me, I really wanted to do this on Thursday like planned, but my schedule changed at work. So, you know, this will be my only day off to get until Sunday. So I was like, you know what, we'll just go with it. So my throwback streams will be on Wednesdays for a while, or I don't know, it could change just depending on how my schedule changes from now until things go back to normal. I get back my normal Thursdays off. But it doesn't matter what day I do it. I'm just doing it now just because I don't really want to wait till Sunday to do the stream again. Even though there's nothing going on this Sunday. Money in the Bank's not for like another 2 or so weeks, I believe. So, yeah. So, Sunday, of course, is usually a no-go for classic shows. I'm going to be too busy watching whatever show is on, you know, like, say, Money in the Bank. But so, just once again to clear that up. But I'm sure I'll get people who will ask again that didn't watch the video yesterday. So, remember, have your bell click for notifications because I might post updates. I'll put up posts, or once again, follow me on Twitter at Rebel Cowboy because I also was posted on Twitter too. If you have Twitter, obviously, because that's the only other way. And then I do mention stuff on Instagram too. I even posted the video on my Instagram, the video of my Wade Barrett figure. Okay, go left to help the young talent. So, keep your job. The salary's worth $3. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure Kurt Angle was making a good paycheck. He was a producer. Plus, you know, as I mentioned before, the guy's got at least 2 decades of experience in the wrestling ring. So, I'm sure Kurt is doing okay financially. You know, you think of the people who actually lost their jobs, who knows if they will do well, right? Like Drake Maverick, you know, seeing him just basically in tears because he's no longer WWE. Yeah, I guess he's still going to be at NXT for that Cruiserweight tournament, but then once he loses the tournament, that's it, he's done. So he's not officially gone, but he's basically done with the company after that. You know, Leo Rush is another one. Of course, he's done. And, of course, Hawkins and Ryder, Heath Slater. I mean, there is a possibility that these wrestlers, Rusev, yes. I think we're all going to miss Rusev. I mean, his wife, Lana's still there. You know, of course, because he's still in storyline married to Bobby Lashley, but I guess, you know, they thought that she was more of a valuable asset than her husband. But, you know, Rusev had been trying to get out of his contract for a while. Just, unfortunately, just bad time by WWE to let people go when there's a pandemic. I get that you want to save money, but I'm hearing all this stuff online that WWE was going to save money regardless. I mean, they could have still kept these wrestlers under contract and then have to release them. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But anyways, yeah, trying to get back to this match here as Sean's got Kurt in a headlock. Kurt's got him in the corner, so now, of course, got to break the headlock off. But, yeah. These releases, man, they're just ridiculous. I mean, I'm glad there's, besides a few other superstars in NXT, there hasn't been any more main roster releases as of, well, hopefully there won't be any more. You know, I just keep waiting until they decide, oh, hey, here's more wrestlers we're going to release. And I haven't really been paying attention to YouTube today, though. I haven't seen any more videos. I've been mostly just busy with other things. Yes, it'll always be Rusev Day, because, well, WWE owns the rights to Rusev, because obviously Rusev's real name is like Miloslav. I can't remember what his last name is. It's something hard to pronounce. It's Bulgarian, but obviously for that reason he can't use the name Rusev outside WWE. He would have had to beat WWE to the punch and trademark it, but you know they already own the trademark, so I guess Miloslav Day won't really have the same, you know, ring as Rusev Day. But hopefully one day Rusev will come back and they'll let you treat him right. At least I would hope. Of course, Sean's got Kurt in an armbar right now, and also Kurt almost got pinned there. Oh, Kurt turns it over. Rolls Sean up for a pin. Oh, no, Sean got back down that armbar. Ooh. Of course, you know, more people think about Mike and Maria, you know, them being gone. Let's go for those wrestlers and bookstore staff. Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody's being affected by this. I mean, so far, at least good to see that AEW's not letting anyone go. But yeah, all the people that got let go. I mean, not everybody at WWE was let go. Obviously, the producers were, besides Kurt Angle, were all furloughed. So, you know, they're only on job temporary, like Finley, Shane Helms. Let's see, Pat Buck was another one. I'm trying to think of some other backstage people. Billy Kidman. Like, basically, you know, they all still have jobs technically. They just won't get paid for a while, and they'll always get to come back once, you know, this pandemic ends. But then, of course, the wrestlers, they won't, unless WWE chooses to bring them back. But otherwise, you know, they're done for the time being. And then, you know, they did release some people. Like they apparently got rid of the writer who was the one who helped write the storyline for Mandy and Otis, which is a good storyline, but apparently wasn't good enough for that writer to keep her job. Man, though, just I don't know, Vince McMahon. I mean, in my last stream that I did, the SmackDown stream last Friday, I was just, you know, angry at Vince because I still think Vince is, you know, he's just a greedy miser who only cares about himself. And you know, I hear these stories that he felt bad about letting these people go. If he really felt bad, he wouldn't have let them go. He would have maybe did the same with the wrestlers they did the producers, just furlough them. He didn't have to fire them. You know, it made no sense. You know, EC3, another name that, you know, was misused. Mike and Maria. I mean, Sarah Logan is another one. And though Sarah Logan, I guess, is supposed to be coming back soon. That maybe somebody was actually pulling strings to get her back in the company. And maybe her husband, Roe, might have said something. But, you know, maybe he's wanted to get her back. But, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Cornado got Sean the ankle lock, but... Oh, and Sean and Kurt go over the top rope. Ooh. Yeah, Shell stream about Gallows and Harrison's releases. Sad felt bad because he did convince them to join. Hence, he joined prior. Yeah. It sucks to see Gallows and Harrison get released too because they had just signed new contracts and all of a sudden they're gone. So it looks like Gallows and Harrison are supposed to be going back to New Japan once things get back to normal. But you know, it sucks because, you know, they were just with AJ in the Boneyard match at WrestleMania, and all of a sudden now they're gone. So AJ, whenever he comes back to TV, is going to be solo. And yeah, I know that hurts them because, you know, they were his best friends in WWE. I mean, they were best friends going back their times, you know, their time together in the Bullet Club New Japan. And for them to be gone and how AJ still has a job, it's like, yeah. Because obviously, Vince is not going to want to get rid of a big star like AJ. It'd be more of AJ's own choosing if he decides he wants to leave. But to get rid of Gallows and Anderson, I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, well, if everybody else that got let go. I mean, AJ knows that it's part of the business and how things are kind of out of their control, but still, it's just... I mean, they haven't really released anyone, but, you know... I just hope their releases stop. I mean, I know that they've released probably a lot of their other personnel at their, headquarters in Connecticut, and just along with all the people they've already released anyway, but I don't know. I think if this pandemic keeps dragging on, they can't do house shows, it just makes me wonder how much longer before they let go more wrestlers. It looks like they're going to probably just keep running through the NXT roster. Yeah, Master puts a tease up in front of New Japan, Young Gallows. Yeah, definitely. Yep, I did see that. I saw that, he teased he is going back to Japan. Like, showed a flight from Santa Monica, California, all the way to Tokyo. Like, yeah, I mean, I feel like that is the best place for them to go. I know AEW's in a possibility because they, were close with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega back during the days with the, when they were the Bullet Club, but I feel that they're better off with being back in New Japan, if anything, because their close relationship to, Tama Tonga and Balak Fale, since they're still a part of the Bullet Club today. But yeah, that Boneyard match and then the Firefly Funhouse match were the best things about WrestleMania. Because everything else in that show just kind of fell flat, to be honest. I mean, I'm not going to take away anything from Edge defeating Randy Orton in that, in that Last Man Standing match. Even though the Last Man Standing match was kind of slow. I mean, happy Drew McIntyre won WWE Championship. I mean, that would have been better in front of a crowd. And then seeing Mandy and Otis get together was pretty cool. But once again, just all this stuff would have been much better in front of a live crowd. Like the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse match were the only two matches you can justify not having a crowd for. Ooh. Uh-oh. Kurt Angle, belly on Shawn Michaels. Ooh, belly, overhead suplex. Ooh. But yeah. It's just crazy. I'm ready to go back to be able to watch shows in front of live crowds again. Just, and thinking that next year's WrestleMania, they may have to scramble to do it somewhere else if they can't do it in California next year. Crowd does make a difference. Props to them, trying to make the best. What's the last thing? It's trash talking. He shuddered for it. Yeah. It is kind of interesting to hear them talk, some we don't get to hear much of a crowd. But I will say, I like how AEW's been doing it, because AEW will actually have a few people on each side of the barricade, so at least AEW's kind of had somewhat of a crowd, even though it's not a big crowd. But I mean, WWE, the way they've been doing it's been all right since they got rid of the chairs, so they don't have to remind us that they're in an empty venue, which we already know they are. But at least take the chairs out made a difference. If you're not going to have a crowd, you might as well just get rid of the chairs. I mean, unless they're going to be used as weapons, obviously. I don't know. It's been okay, but I don't know. I am looking forward to when they go back to the normal format. It just may take a while. Just hopefully by SummerSlam, at least, we'll actually see live crowds again. Because WWE is really going to be suffering not being able to have those house shows. That's why a lot of those wrestlers had to be released, because that's where they mostly were getting their action, basically. If they weren't being used on Raw or SmackDown, and I doubt they even were taping main event because of what's going on, that house shows were the only way they could actually get exposure. So I don't know, we'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Now they were able to do that where Matt Hardy be one part of the arena, the another part. I mean, that was clever. I will admit, some of the stuff they've done has been pretty good. Stuff they couldn't really do live. Without turning the lights off, so you could be fooled when a wrestler moves from one spot to another. But still, it's been interesting, but I am definitely ready for us to go back to how things used to be. Uh-oh. HBK about to go off top rope. Gonna do an elbow drop. Ooh, and HBK misses. Ooh. Uh-oh. Kurt just put down his singlet straps. He's ready. He's ready to finish off Shawn Michaels. Wait for him to get up so he can do that angle slam. And Shawn versus do an arm drag. Ooh. Oh, and Kurt gets sent over the top rope. Ooh, man. It's good that you imagine no audience and do crazy things, but yeah. Yeah, we all do. Believe me. The crowd would have popped like crazy. You know, I know we were all popping at home when Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar, but man, it would have been great to see the fans there cheering, you know, see the fireworks going off. And you keep in mind that, you know, a lot of the WrestleMania crowd is from, you know, overseas, so you think of the people who are from the United Kingdom, you know, especially if anyone's from Scotland, you know, they would have been the most happy to see, you know, Drew McIntyre represent them as WWE Champion. You know, or anyone from you know, Europe, you know, just wherever, you know. You know, we missed out on that this year. Heck, watching the Raw after WrestleMania wasn't the same. Just, you know, not having the crowd there chanting random things or doing the wave or playing with beach balls. I mean, just not too. Oh. That kind of looked a little dirty there. How, you know, Kurt's trying to get Shawn off the ropes. It looked kind of. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to think that way. That kid right there could be a meme or a bad picture. Like, caption this if you're watching right now. Trying to German suplex you know, Shawn off the apron, but Shawn holds on to that rope. It just looks kind of wrong. Ooh. Ooh, and the referee didn't see it, but Shawn low blows Kurt. Ooh. Damn. Man. Uh-oh. Kurt's on the table. Shawn going for a moonsault. Oh! Not a moonsault, but definitely like a splash of some kind. Like a corkscrew splash, but didn't break the table, surprisingly. But he still hurt himself and hurt Kurt as both of them roll off the table. Damn. Ooh. Speaking of McIntyre, remember 3 people left and come up champion. Just like Mahal. Remember left the 3B. Yeah, definitely. Everybody's thinking, like, if Heath Slater takes 2 years away, gets jacked up, he could be the next WWE champion. Like, it has to happen. I mean, why not? I mean, Heath Slater, keep in mind, Heath Slater was with WWE going back to, like, when he was with their developmental and FCW. Like, even, I think, with Deep South Wrestling, I think. Going back to, like, what? I want to say around 2008 when he first signed a developmental deal with WWE. And then, of course, he was on the original NXT back in 2010 and part of the first season before, you know, he would be part of the Nexus and then the Core. And then he solo for a while before he formed 3MB, and then eventually solo again, then with Titus, and then with the Social Outcasts, and then attacked team with Rhino before going solo again. So what a you know, wild ride for Heath Slater. I mean, you know, hopefully he'll do okay for himself outside WWE. And maybe we'll see back at WWE someday. If not, before the end of the year, if WWE decides to bring him back, you know. But, you know, that's just, I don't know, wishful thinking. Ooh, Kurt is just bleeding out his mouth. I wonder if that was a blood capsule he was sucking on, or if he's actually legitimately bleeding, like maybe he's hemorrhaging. Ooh, dang. I mean, I know that was probably a bad bump he took on that table when there was Shawn come down, but damn. Ooh. Ooh, that was a nice chop. Ooh. Oh, and Shawn chops Kurt again. Ooh. Ooh, that's a hard-hitting chop right there. Ooh. Ooh. Shawn, of course, nice kind of a diving lariat there. And then he kips up. Oh, yeah. Gotta get ready to tip the band here soon. Oh, here we go. Gotta go for that sweet chin music. Oh, no, he goes for a punch. Damn. I was hoping to go for the sweet chin music. Ooh. Ooh, another clothesline on the curb. Man. Now he's got two up the band. Get ready to do that sweet chin music. Come on. No? Damn. Every time I think he goes to the corner, like I think he's gonna do it. Maybe he doesn't. No, he's gonna go top rope again. Maybe this time he might be successful with an elbow drop. Man. Here we go. Oh, yep, he gets it that time. Now I think it's time for go for a switch in music. Start tuning up that band, Sean. Come on. Try to build up the crowd before he does it. Yep, here he goes. Here he goes. Yep, tune up the band. There goes. Oh, Kurt grabs his leg on the ankle lock. Slayer 3-4 years of WrestleMania with a gimmick. I hate to send my kids to college. Yeah, that's right, because he says he's got kids, so. Yeah, definitely, I can see that. Get that big WrestleMania payday. Where's the angle of that ankle lock on Shawn Michaels? Shawn trying to crawl to the ropes. Oh, and Shawn gets the bottom rope. Man. Going for the angle slam. Oh, Shawn reverses into a roll up. No, wait. Oh, and Kurt gets Shawn back in the ankle lock. Damn. No, oh, Shawn reverses into a roll up. Oh, only a 2 count. Oh, Shawn tried to do another sweet chin, but misses. Oh, and Kurt gets Shawn with the angle slam. And only a 2 count. Man. And he puts his singlet straps back up. Okay. Just to take him down again. Okay. Oh, I think he's about to do a moonsault here. Kurt's getting on the top rope. Oh, and Shawn rolls out of the way. Ooh. Kurt is hurt. Ooh. Oh, man. Just that replay. Watch that air Kurt got. Man, I mean, that was a sick moonsault. Just too bad he ended up missing it. Man, though. For Shawn now, get ready to go back to the top rope. Gotta show Kurt how it's done. Uh-oh, took too long. Kurt got up. Ooh, gets Shawn down the mat. Oh, but only a 2. Man. Kurt is livid. He's like, damn it, what do I gotta do to get Shawn down? Trash talking Shawn. Uh-oh. Ooh, it's Shawn with that nice sweet chin music. Ooh. Yeah, should have been trash talking him, Kurt. Yeah, Primo and Epico. Yep. You know what? I think a lot of people forgot Primo and Epico over there because apparently while they weren't being used in WWE, they were busy wrestling back in Primo's, dad's promotion, the World Wrestling Council in Puerto Rico. So it's kind of like not really surprised they got released. I mean, yeah, it does suck because they weren't used. It seems like WWE just didn't have anything left for Primo and Epico. But you know how WWE treats their tag team division nowadays between Raw and SmackDown. So I don't know. I mean, it sucks they were released, but at the same time, it don't surprise me because the fact they were still there, for the longest time and not being used longer than anyone else. Well, not longer than anyone else in tenure, but just they were off TV for so long, is what I'm trying to say. I probably would think they are because apparently the Revival, who are now going by the Revolt, from what I've heard, because they just trademarked that, and that's what FTR now means. With Dash Wilder now being Cash Wheeler and Scott Dawson being Dax Harwood, and they've been trademarking so much with Say Yeah and FTR, Top Guys Out. I mean, it would be the best fit, that or the NWA. I've heard they might go to the NWA because the NWA is more old school and, the Revival / the Revolt are more of an old school tag team. Plus, after what they showed online of what the Revival's new gimmick was going to be, where they're going to look like a couple of sideshow comedy clown, like it looks stupid, like how they wore these ugly looking suspenders and bow ties, and they were going to have like Dawson wear like or not Dawson, but Dash wore like a clock around his neck, like he's Flavor Flav, and he was gonna wear like a top hat. I was like, yeah. I couldn't blame the Revival for leaving. That was dumb. The fact they were gonna do that to him because they were about being a no gimmick, no bullshit kind of team, no flips, just fists. And here's WWE saying, "Oh, we're gonna turn you guys into clowns, make you into comedy jobbers." So wherever they go, whether it be AEW, NWA, Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan, I don't care. Just they definitely deserved better. Oh, of course, Kurt Angle now got Shawn Michaels in the ankle lock again. Shawn tries to go for the bottom rope, but Angle drags it back in the middle of the ring. Man. Oh man, Kurt applying the pressure to that ankle of Shawn. Ooh. Man. Guts. Cheer despite being heels because they're legit. Yep, definitely. That means they definitely were an over tag team. Love or hate them, you gotta respect the guys. They're definitely a throwback to like Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, because that's who a lot of people, think of when they see the Revival. Or like I said, now they're going to call the Revolt. That's the name that they're supposed to go in with because they can't use the Revival because WWE owns the trademark. So, definitely the Revolt, and how FTR is going to be in fear of the Revolt. So definitely, hey, I'm all for it. I hope they do go to AEW or NWA, just somewhere. Because WWE wasn't a good fit for them at first when they were on NXT, but then I don't know, if you're going to the main roster, even having both a tag title reign with the Raw belts and then the SmackDown belts, it's just they weren't treated right. But we all know how Vince is with tag teams. Well, and there's the match. Shawn Michaels just tapped to Kurt Angle, and Angle is the winner. Pretty good match here, though, for sure. Yeah, all this stuff going on. Man. Of course, AEW still being on right now for about, another hour or so. So hopefully, if anyone's watching AEW, if you want to let me know what's going on, I guess. I'm probably going to still catch up later on YouTube. Better not ruin this one. What do you think will happen to them? Dude, I don't know. I'm with you. Hopefully, he don't touch them. Like, leave them on NXT. I mean, would I like to see Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish main roster? Yes, but only when Vince is no longer running the company. But we've already seen that NXT can just be as good as the main roster. Heck, even NXT is basically in a way considered main roster. now that they're on, regular television, especially since we've seen NXT on, we've seen them on Survivor Series, we've seen the women's title for NXT defend at WrestleMania, so it's like, they don't need to leave NXT. I don't know. I just hope that's where they stay, and they don't. If they do split, they split the right way, and it's not something stupid on the main roster that makes no sense, or at least on Raw and SmackDown. I mean, they can still come to Raw and SmackDown just for cross promotions, but keep them on NXT where they belong, because that's just where they should be. Because Vince likes to ruin people. But yeah, I don't know. So Russia should be NXT versus Raw and SmackDown now. Definitely. I mean, shoot, it's a good concept because Raw versus SmackDown just isn't really as cool as it used to be. It's like we've seen, them go at since the first brand split and then the second brand split. So having NXT involved definitely makes more sense. Back like when we had Raw versus SmackDown versus ECW before ECW eventually got stale. So definitely NXT, definitely a good part. I mean, at least, heck, I even think they should have NXT in the Money in the Bank match. Like, give somebody a chance to, hey, say like somebody from Raw or SmackDown wins Money in the Bank and they can go cash in for the NXT Championship instead of the WWE or the Universal Championship. Or, like say, have someone from NXT win the Money in the Bank that maybe Vince actually likes, say, such as Keith Lee. He's apparently pretty high on Keith Lee. I just would hope he would use Keith Lee right. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Of course, that match, how they filmed it, the fact that now it's going to be filmed at Titan Towers, and they have to fight all the way up to the roof to get the briefcase. I mean, that's going to be interesting. NXT more. I rate their takeovers more than pay-per-views. Yeah, definitely. Takeovers are always good. I mean, it sucks that we couldn't have takeover before WrestleMania this year, and now they're just basically trying to play catch-up with doing a lot of the takeover matches as part of the regular NXT broadcast. But oh yeah, takeovers. I mean, those are the shows that are always highly rated over the main roster pay-per-views. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Of course, up next now, here's Roddy Piper, and this is when he had stolen Steve Austin for Piper's Pit. Man, Hot Rod. How I miss Roddy Piper. Definitely one of my favorite legends of all time. WWE should throw in a wild card, put an NXT wrestler in the bank, cash in on the next title. Well, yeah, actually, I just kind of mentioned that earlier. I feel like they should. I mean, that would be cool. Have somebody from NXT in both Money in the Bank matches for the men and women. And like I said, you could have either way. You could either have a Raw or SmackDown star go after the NXT Championship, or an NXT star go after your WWE or Universal. I mean, it could happen. I would like to see it. I mean, to say who I'd want to see, I'd probably say most likely, I don't know. I mean, I would say Finn Balor, but Finn Balor, has been on the main roster, of course, and I feel like it's better for him to stay in NXT at the moment. It's kind of like I said, Keith Lee would definitely be a choice, or Matt Riddle, that's another one. And even though he's champion currently, I would say definitely Adam Cole, but he'd have to. I mean, he could still enter the match even as the NXT champion, and see him try to go after, Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, or, well, I guess, I don't know about the Universal title, because with Braun Strowman going against The Fiend, obviously The Fiend at some point is going to get back the Universal title, so I don't know if you want to feed Adam Cole to The Fiend, or even to Strowman. But I don't know, it'd be interesting to see what they do, because they've already got the Money Bank film, so they already have their winner picks. We just don't know unless somebody has a spoiler, but that would be the superstars that would spoil it, because obviously only the superstars and the people who filmed Money in the Bank would be the only ones that would know who won the men's and women's Money in the Bank matches before the pay-per-view in a few weeks. I don't know. I'm just going to be interested to see how it's going to play out. Of course, Stone Cold, he's like, I don't need no damn bar stool. He just threw one of the stools out. Oh, and Piper throws out the other one. I guess they're going to stand while doing the interview.
So you're the rebel, huh? Welcome to Piper's Pit.
Ooh, and Piper slaps Austin. Oh, he's gonna regret that. You don't slap the rattlesnake. Oh, what might Cole? He could be added and win, decide, cash in. Be the first NXT North American. Well, I mean, I don't know if he would go after a mid card title because mostly the Money in the Bank is supposed to be for like world titles, and you know the NXT Championship is basically considered a world title in a way. But I mean, shoot, if he was NXT champion and goes after the WWE title, that'd be interesting. Because obviously, I mean, he is a former North American champion, obviously, but I don't think he would go after Keith Lee and try to. I mean, unless they do a match at some point where they have like Adam Cole versus Keith Lee, but obviously that depends on what happens, you know, with his match with Velveteen Dream. Because if Velveteen Dream defeats Adam Cole, he may not have the NXT Championship for much longer. But I know we'll have to see.
Keep up with me. But on one point, I beg to differ. Well, just shut up and listen, I'll tell you.
You should have listened, I'll tell you.
What point would that be?
Oh, Piper.
You don't understand him either? That would be this part, sir. I was here when WrestleMania didn't have a number. I was pissing Vince McMahon off when the red on the back of your neck was diaper rash, buddy. I may agree on all the other parts, but son, on the rebel part, you nor James Dean got nothing on me. Trust me. Well, now, first of all, you mealy-mouthed bastard.
You mealy-mouthed bastard.
You know I don't trust one single son of a bitch, much less you.
Damn.
You come out here talking your trash in your little black jacket,
What?
white shirt,
What?
little red dress,
What?
little furry gimmicks,
What?
little messed up boots,
What?
little goatee,
What?
like your cat run off. Am I supposed to be impressed by you? Are you supposed to intimidate me? Am I supposed to be scared?
Man.
There's something going on here that I'm just not understanding because for some reason you don't scare me one single bit. Do I make myself clear?
What?
No, think about it a little longer. What we have here is failure to communicate. That being said, why don't you take me?
Oh, here comes Carlito. Of course, we just mentioned Primo and Epico. Of course, that'd be Primo's older brother, Carlito. I think she could. I mean, honestly, Charlotte doesn't need to be NXT Women's Champion. I mean, because she's just mostly there to bring more, you know, more notoriety to the brand. You know, have more star power. Since she is a former NXT star who made it big on the main roster. You know. But I definitely feel like she definitely would be a good, stepping stone for, Io Shirai or somebody else to take the women's title off her. Because I don't also see Charlotte as NXT Women's Champion for too long.
You see, nobody wants to see you two anymore. Everybody wants to see Carlito.
Everybody wants to see Carlito.
Well, then climb your little nappy head in the ring.
Your little nappy head in the ring.
I'm coming. Dad, who the hell are you? You look like alfalfa.
You look like alfalfa?
Quit talking, get your ass in there, you want to fight?
I don't know if it was like alfalfa. I was going to say it was more like buckwheat. Because buckwheat had like an afro, I think. Alfalfa was the one that had a little bit of hair sticking up. But whatever. Sure, that's not what he meant to say.
And Carlito's taking charge. And that's cool. So I would appreciate it if you two would just walk on down to the back. You said you want me to walk out of here? I want you and him to walk on out of here. You want me to follow him? I don't care what you do, but I'll tell you this. If you guys got a problem with that.
Starter wants Io Shirai. They can make it. I'll try to go over for a shot like ugly. I'll bring away his XT. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think you would want to lose Io Shirai to anyone, but, there have been rumors that if they kept Asuka as a tag team competitor and Kairi Sane were to leave the company, they'd want to maybe put Io Shirai on the main roster or on Raw alongside Asuka, but I don't know. Oh, they Piper just spit the apple on Carlito's face, throws it in the crowd. Oh, throws down outside. Oh, uh-oh. Austin, of course, watching Carlito beat up Piper. Austin's like, alright, that's enough, son. Here we go. Get him, Austin. Get Carlito. Ooh, stop him butthole hit him. Walk it dry. Piper gets up and throws his jacket off. And Piper pokes him in the eyes. Oh, and Stone Cold Stunner on Carlito. Oh, hell yeah. And Piper throws Carlito out of the ring. All right. Austin calling for the Steve Weisers. Gonna toast a couple with Piper. Man. Couple more beers for Piper, couple more beers for Austin. Piper, you're supposed to shake the beers up. You don't want to get yourself drunk. Oh, man. Yep, here comes more beers. Every now and then. I'm like, how about every minute of the day? Piper, of course, getting his white shirt all wet with all that beer. Oh, man. Oh, and then of course a stunner for Piper. Of course, DTA. Don't trust Austin. Alright, so I just gotta look and see what match is up next. Gotta check the match card real quick. Wrestling. Okay, just looking real quick. Yeah, what's really different? Interesting now with Bianca, Shayna, Asuka, and Raw, Becky and Bailey and Sasha being a complicated friendship. And Bailey and Sasha, yeah. And then Charlotte next, yeah, the women's division's definitely been different. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I'm just trying to look and see what we have next here. Okay, so next match. Oh, this is gonna be the dumb one. Aki Bono versus Big Show in a sumo match. I don't even know if I'm gonna post that in the. Well, yeah. Probably the only match in this card we didn't need to see. Big Show wearing a big ass sumo thong diaper. Oh boy. I mean, of course, now we're just looking up the results. And I already know, we all should know who won this match, but you know, this is like the shortest match on the show. And a match that really just was kind of stupid. I get for like, I don't know, if it was for trying to be some cross promotion with sumo wrestling or something. I don't know what the point of it was, other than just putting Big Show in a big old sumo diaper thing, whatever you call what the sumos wear.
The official weigh-in came on SmackDown this past Thursday night. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 504 pounds, Aki Bono.
504 pounds, so definitely a heavy dude, but of course Big Show was almost 500 pounds himself before losing all that weight, but just taller, so he didn't look as big, you know, weight-wise. Alright, just so I had to post that real quick in the live chat, just for people who are coming in, join now live or watching the replay. Of course, as always, I'll leave this show up for a replay for the heck of it. Here's the Big Show! Man, look at that robe. I mean, that's one big ass robe he's wearing. Big Show just teased up his leg. Oh my gosh. I mean, hey, give it a Big Show. He's in a dumb match, but you know what? Hey, he's a good sport about it. I mean, Big Show could always say no to these kind of things, but you know, it's like, yo, hey, what? Fuck it. Just put me in some thong ass thing, whatever the heck the symbols were. I don't care. You're gonna pay me the big bucks anyway. Yep. Big Show was also man, poor man, never had a good wrestling match. Yep. Yeah, you're right about that. Of course, that was my last throwback a couple of weeks ago. Well, not my last throwback, but it was a throwback I did watch. That was number 3, because last week I did 25. But yeah, you're definitely right. Big Show had quite the losing streak. He definitely lost more matches at Mania than he won. Oh my gosh, look at that crowd. People are shrieking in terror looking at two big old men wearing just nothing but... Once again, I don't know what they call them. They're not diapers. They're not really thongs. I'm sure that's a sash of some kind. But, oh God, I mean, barely even covers up their genitalia. It's ridiculous. Ugh, it's just... My God, it's just too hard to watch. Oh my man. I mean, I can watch it, but still it's like, ooh. Akibono's got quite the tattoo there on his right leg. I mean, good thing it's somewhere, it's there. I'm not trying to look anywhere else, but damn. My God. I hope nobody was eating while watching this match, because you're going to lose your lunch. Anybody's up there, you know, eating like, say if they were at the show, eating like the hot dogs or some nachos. You see that, and you're like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh my God. This is so unsettling. If any match you can watch, this is one I don't recommend. I mean, ooh.
I think this is more like a head game here, like a psych out there staring down your opponent.
My God. Ugh. Yeah, WrestleMania 24 is definitely a good WrestleMania, but also, WrestleMania 17 is never a good one. Of course, that was my first throwback stream that I did. And that one, you know, is one of my favorites. I would say I definitely enjoyed that one a lot. But yeah, WrestleMania 24 is definitely a good Mania. And it's one of the first ones I remember watching on pay-per-view, actually. Long before the WWE Network. You know, about, 6 years before the network went live and all. Before they even thought of the concept of the WWE Network. Man, if they're just dragging this out, to wait for them to square off. Ugh. Man. Like, seriously, this match is stupid. The fact that they haven't gone at it yet, like... Just throwing more of that rice or salt or whatever that crap is all over the ring. Like, alright, come on, guys. Just one of your asses get pushed out of the ring already so we can be done with this match. Big Show, of course, holds his own, but Aki, man, showing that he's the more, more experienced because of sumo wrestling. Ooh. Just hear hear them slap up on each other. I'm from 1998, so I remember WrestleMania 20 from those. But after WrestleMania 17 is the one that iconic. Yeah, WrestleMania 17, that's the one with the six-man, tag team, the ladder match. Well, that was a TLC match, actually. Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, and the Hardys. That's definitely one of the best matches they had at that WrestleMania. Now, of course, I was born in 1985, but I actually didn't start watching wrestling until 1998 when I was 13. But, since I was, still kind of young and didn't have money to buy pay-per-views, I didn't really buy pay-per-views back when I first started watching wrestling. Even though, funny enough, as Big Show gets thrown out of the ring, there's so much fun over him. There used to be a time where, at least for a couple of years, we were actually able to watch pay-per-views illegally. Like, I remember I would turn the channel to, like, whatever the channel the pay-per-views were supposed to be on. I could watch, like, an illegal, like, stream. Like the picture would be able to store it, but you'd be able to hear the audio. So I remember watching, like, Survivor Series 1998 that way. Or watching some WCW pay-per-views that way. Before finally cable companies got smart and started requiring you to have a box if you want to watch pay-per-views, and they removed those channels. So that they put an end to people watching pay-per-views illegally. Even though one time they did mess up. Where they showed like a 1999 pay-per-view, like in WCW. I can't remember what show it was. I want to say it was like Slamboree or... I can't remember. I remember one time I got to watch pay-per-view for free because the cable company messed up and accidentally put that pay-per-view on. But like I said, cable companies got smart, and decided they want to put an end to people watching pay-per-views illegally. But that's how I used to watch my pay-per-views back in the day before I had to start buying them when I got a job. Man. Big Show tried to lift Akibono, but he couldn't, and he gets thrown out of the ring. Man, that match. If you want to call it that, I don't know what you call this match. It was definitely something. Ugh. Yes, can you guys please, get the camera off Akibono, please? Alright, come next. The WWE Championship, JBL defends against John Cena. Man, think about this match. The match that would turn John Cena into a superstar.
What makes me deserve to be a champion, boy?
So, down to the last two matches. Of course, after this will be Triple H defend the World title against Batista. So we're almost getting close to the end of the show. About, one hour left in the show? Yep, still got about an hour to go. least an hour. The spinner U.S. belt. Which, you know, the spinner belt was cool when John Cena had it. But then, of course, when John Cena made that spinner WWE title, then anyone else held it, looked dumb. And that belt lasted a lot longer than it should have. I mean, the WWE one, obviously. The U.S. belt, at least. The U.S. belt they kind of killed off after Orlando beat John Cena for it. As they're now showing JBL throw the spinner U.S. belt in the trash. I never watched as a kid. I only watched WrestleMania because my friend's birthday, April 8th, so he would have a WrestleMania party every year. Oh, okay, that's cool. Had a party every year from 2005 to 2012. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had to watch when I was younger illegally because neither myself or any of my friends were able to watch the pay-per-views because, you know, our parents would say no, but you had to have the parents who were really cool with buying the shows and let you watch them. Because otherwise, like I said, I had to wait till I was older and had a job to buy these pay-per-views myself. But even then, back then, think about how they were $40 to $50. I mean, you were paying like over $50 for WrestleMania back in the day. Before finally WWE Network came around, you actually were able to pay a monthly subscription for it. So definitely much better now than it was, you know, a decade ago when you had to still buy pay-per-views the way they wanted you to. Uh-oh. JBL was talking about John Cena's mom. No, you don't talk about another man's mama. No, and then of course John Cena destroying JBL's limo. Cutting JBL's tie, putting water in his hat. Damn. Yeah, you were right. It definitely helped. I mean, I've seen more WrestleManias in the last 5 years than I've ever seen back, you know. I mean, before WWE Network, I think the only WrestleManias I actually did watch live on pay-per-view were 24, I watched 27 and 28, but also I watched it. I mean, 24 I watched here at my house. You know, when I got to see it, and then I watched 27 and 28 at friends' houses, and then WrestleMania 31 I also watched it at a friend's house too. But by then I had subscribed to WWE Network. But yeah, it definitely was much better to be able to watch all these WrestleManias on here on the network instead of having to watch on pay-per-view. Especially when you do the math, all the pay-per-views you're watching. If you watch like all pay-per-views, you know, 11 pay-per-views at $40 or so, and then of course WrestleMania at $50. I mean, that's a lot. Basically, well over $500 you'd be spending a year for a pay-per-view versus, you know, spending maybe only $100 a year for the network. You know, $9.99 a month. So definitely makes a difference. I see more than that. I don't know. But still, just to spend that much on a pay-per-view, that was ridiculous. But I bet Vince would be wishing he made that money now because he lost all that money not having WrestleMania in front of a live crowd because of this pandemic. And the fact they were even offering WrestleMania pay-per-view again, trying to get people to buy a pay-per-view through a cable provider instead of watching on network. I mean, you know, Vince, he's hurting for money right now. I mean, he still has money, but, you know, he has to justify some way of releasing his talent to make his stockholders happy. But he's going to get it. He's already getting sued. Like, now that he let the XFL crumble, somebody that worked in the XFL is already suing Vince. And I'm sure there's more lawsuits to come. And there was even somebody going under the name John, but, you know, not John Cena, obviously. Just some employee who worked for WWE, probably their management or their staff who's saying that Vince forced them to work despite what's going on. So he's already trying to, you know, get WWE shut down. So I don't know, Vince, man. It's not a good time for him. You know, karma's about to bite him in the butt with all this stuff going on. even now, if we had no network, would it pay $40 pay-per-view? Unless the big ones like Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Major Varsity. Yeah, I don't blame you. And you know, sometimes I feel like they should go back to having 4 pay-per-views a year. It's like, it seems like now that we have a pay-per-view every month almost. And heck, remember for a while we had 2 pay-per-views a month when they would do a Raw and a SmackDown pay-per-view? With the only exceptions being, you know, the months they'd have WrestleMania or the Rumble or Survivor Series or SummerSlam. But man, I mean, I feel like the 4 a year, and maybe have one, like a 5th pay-per-view. Like Money in the Bank could still be a pay-per-view too. Because I don't know, it's almost getting to the point like it's just, people only care about the big 4 shows. That's why WWE will probably they'll see that increase in subscribers always around WrestleMania time because they offer that free month. And then after that, people cancel their subscriptions if they don't care about keeping the network after Mania or, say, for SummerSlam or the other 2. I mean, it seems like that's just, I don't know. Yeah, they probably would have had to jack up the price. But then, you know, the network's also good because it's an on-demand service. You can go back and watch all the classic shows. All the classic pay-per-views, classic episodes of Raw, SmackDown, all the stuff from WCW and the original ECW and AWA and any other wrestling promotion they have a library of. So they still make their money, but, you know, they want people to watch for the pay-per-views. But, you know, they've probably lost a good decent amount of money since switching from the pay-per-view format to the network. But, yeah, with what's going on now, I don't think anyone's going to want to pay $50 for a pay-per-view until, you know, they can at least not have to worry about their job, you know. Yeah, I think it should be a part of WrestleMania again. I don't know. It's just, I see now the reason for it being a pay-per-view because now you have both a women's match and men and women's match for the Rumble. For the Money in the Bank. So I get that's a good reason to have a pay-per-view now, but I don't know. I kind of miss it being part of WrestleMania. It seems like it meant more when it was part of WrestleMania, when it was a match, not a pay-per-view. Same with Hell in a Cell, same with TLC, Elimination Chamber, when they were matches that meant something before they became their own shows. And I don't know, like with Hell in a Cell, I always thought, you know, if you're going to have a pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell, you should make every match a Hell in a Cell match. Like, kind of follow what TNA did with Lockdown, where every match was a steel cage match. But no, let's just make 1 or 2 matches, like, in the Hell in a Cell, and the rest is kind of, Or like when they do Extreme Rules, but they said, no, we're only going to make a few matches Extreme Rules, the rest will be regular matches. I mean, it kind of just, I don't know, takes away from the gimmick. Like, why do you have a pay-per-view after a match, but you're only going to have, like, 1 match on the show, maybe 2 at most, be contested under those rules. Oh, and of course, JBL getting ready to kiss that towel goodbye, so let me just... Real quick, let me post, as always, just for people to follow along with if they're watching the replay or if they do join us live. Just, I always got to post in the live chat what match is on, just for that reason. You already know what I'm going to talk about, but yeah. Just wait for my phone to load in. Come on. So let me just put it. Come on, phone. There we go. On now. John Cena. Come on. I hate typing on these phones sometimes. Versus. God dang it. I hate typing sometimes. Versus JBL. For the WWE Championship. Okay. Just had to type that in the live chat real quick. Alright, so just only 1 more match to go after this one as we have Cena and JBL going at it. So, ooh, Cena with a nice shoulder block. Ooh, and then JBL knocks Cena down with a shoulder tackle. Of course, JBL was going to be put in the Hall of Fame this year, and he still will, but Obviously, it won't be till probably SummerSlam weekend, since, it would have been WrestleMania weekend, but because of the pandemic, canceling events, with gatherings of 50 or more, of course, now even just 10 or more, not even being something you can do right now. I mean, unless you're lucky to get away with it, like WWE's doing what they're doing with their tape as a performance center, but even then, they're trying to keep a very small few of people as possible between the wrestlers, the referee, the commentators, and then your cameramen, and even your ring announcer and timekeeper. I don't know, still just a weird world we're living in right now. Oh, my call, vintage JBL. Me too. WrestleMania was better. WrestleMania. Money Bank was better. WrestleMania. It would be good for wrestlers to put in them actual important match. Not have a pre-show. Yeah, forced feud. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, WWE's booking is so bad. Especially when you have matches that should be on the main card, but yet ends up on the kickoff show. I don't know. And I see these releases that they did recently as a bad thing, but yet Vince McMahon just hires too many people. He tries to keep AEW and all the other companies from getting these talents, but when he runs out of money to pay them, he has no choice but to release them. Or when he has the money to pay them but doesn't want to, because that's Vince for you. But it's whatever. Vince's day will come where he's just going to have to step down, or, well, he'll just be around till he finally croaks. I don't wish death on anyone, but the day Vince dies is the day WWE can finally be a better company. Because obviously he's not going to step down unless they make him step down. I really feel like his board of directors and everybody else that's involved with the company just need to make him step down at some point. Dude's like 75 years old, so he's 5 years away from 80, and I already feel like he's getting senile. Some of the things he'd be coming up with, it's just, there's no point of him just running this company anymore. He's running it into the ground. Like, else WWE's not in danger of going under, unlike the XFL, but still, I don't know. He needs to step down. Let Triple H and Stephanie take over. Ooh, neck breaker there by JBL and the John Cena. Man. Oh, goes for the pin, but only gets a 2 count. Ooh, JBL for boot to Cena's face. And just kicks him while he's down. And JBL got a little bit like that confetti on his back. Like at one piece, like, damn, man. It's like, I would feel like he would notice it on his back, but he's too busy, brawling with Cena right now to notice that he even has something on his back, or the ref would say something. Okay, that's like him on his back finally. Ooh, and JBL with a nice clothesline there on Cena, almost taking Cena's head off. Man. Cena gets his foot in the rope as JBL went for the pin, but only gets a 2 there.
John Cena got leveled with that short arm clothesline, which is a straight clothesline, but you pull a man in with the opposite hand into the force of the clothesline. Very, very painful. That there taken down by JBL.
Ooh. I think ladder matches in WrestleMania are a must. If they aren't having Money in the Bank, I think they should have a yearly ladder match with IC title. Same they did at Man's. Or, yeah, I mean, IC title or tag titles, which, if you just remember, we just had a ladder match, even though it was a weird one because The Miz was out sick, so they had to have John Morrison defending both tag belts. against Kofi Kingston and Jimmy Uso, which John Morrison would retain. And then they said, hey, you know what? It worked all right the first time. Instead, we'll do it again. We'll have The Miz defend both tag belts on an episode of SmackDown against Big E and Jey Uso, which, of course, Big E would win that match. And New Day is now 8-time tag champions, which, okay, I mean, yeah, a ladder match at Mania every year would be pretty special. Whether it be for the IC belts or maybe the Intercontinental. Same thing, sorry, I kind of screwed up there. I meant to say the tag team. I hope you know what I meant. I meant to say the tag team belts or for the U.S. belts. I mean, we don't get to see the U.S. belt. I mean, in fact, they could have had the U.S. belt if Andrade wasn't injured, but, of course, for a while, now, of course, Andrade's back, but he was apparently out of an injury when they started taping WrestleMania. But then again, he was going to be teaming with Angel Garza against the Street Profits, and instead they had Austin Theory. But it kind of sucks that they had the U.S. belt and it's not treated like on the same prestige anymore like it used to be. But then again, even the Intercontinental title, I feel like it's starting to not look as important as it used to look. I mean, nothing against Sami Zayn, but since Sami Zayn's been champion, I don't know. We don't always see Sami, plus they kind of throw Sami into this manager role. So I don't know. It just seems like the belts don't seem to be as important as they used to be. And a ladder match would be great for either the IC or the US belts at Mania. You know, they could alternate, you know. Obviously, the only two belts you don't put in there, besides, and also the women's, you know, would be the two world belts. Get the world belts, you know, under, you know, just regular matches. Yeah, I do too. I don't like the new IC belt. It looks weird. I like that belt they were using from 2012 up until, you know, earlier this year. I mean, that old belt with the classic look, it didn't have the nameplate or the side plates. I mean, I miss all the old belts they used to have. Like definitely that IC belt was cool. I mean, I did like the oval belt too. It was alright, but definitely the classic belt that they used first in the WF, and then they changed it. And then when Cody Rhodes decided to have them change it back, that was cool. And I do miss like some of the old WWE title designs. Like I like the old the belt that JBL had in this match before Cena switched out the spinner belt. That was a cool belt. That old undisputed WWE Championship, or hell, just either the Big Eagle or the classic Winged Eagle. I mean, those belts were cool. And heck, the old tag belts they used to have, the old World Tag Team belts, not the penny belts they use today. Those are ugly. Which, well, I think it's like dimes nowadays because they're silver with the red straps and the blue straps. Ladder matches, open matches, man, that were a good feeling. Yeah, I mean, you should always open up a good match. Because obviously you want to, you know, not do the match too soon before the main event, because when the fans are all out of it, and all of a sudden, you put a ladder match on, then you have your main event, and then all of a sudden the fans just don't care. Pace things out the right way. Have that at the beginning of the show. Have some good filler matches. You have one good match in the middle that'll probably be your show stealer. And then still make sure the main event's still, you know, good after you have a few other matches that kind of, you know, can be good, can be bad, you know, a little more between. So that's just how I feel. I mean, definitely you want to, you know, I mean, you don't want the ladder match, I guess, to be the best thing of the whole show. But you know, it still can be, obviously. Just because ladder matches, you know, always have some of the best spots. Oh, and John Cena clothesline JBL, and their clothesline. Ooh. Ooh, and a back body drop on JBL. Cena did a shoulder tackle, even if it was in a football stance. Ooh. Nope. Uh-oh, they're going to go for that 5-knuckle shuffle. Because he got JBL down. He's like, you can't see me. JBL keeps getting all that, you know, Squafeos back. And then Cena, what was this? Cena was doing this like he was Randy Orton or something. Like, really? He was doing Randy Orton's pose. That made no sense. Uh-oh. AA, or back then it was FU. Ooh, goes down. 1, 2, 3, and of course, At WrestleMania 21, the new WWE Champion, the first of 16 reigns, John Cena. I missed the World Tag Title looks. Yeah, those belts they had on Raw were pretty cool. The old World Tag belts where they were gold, but they had red in the middle. And then the ones they had on SmackDown, but those were both cool versions of the belts before they unified them. Because when they unified them and switched off those penny belts, they were, those penny belts, ugh. And then now they're the dime belts, but they still look bad. But for me, the best World Tag belts were the ones they used back in the early days of WWF. They used it through the Attitude Era, and then eventually, they eventually got rid of them when they started the brand split the first time around. But still, hey, any one of those little tag belts are better than the ones we've had since 2010 or the ones we've had since 2016. And I don't know. It just seems like the belts used to be good at one point. Now they just all look weird. It's like nowadays I feel like the best looking belt anymore is probably the U.S. belt. It's the only belt that hasn't changed in a while. Like, it stayed the same since 2003. It's the last belt to not have the side plates and has the, the old nameplate on it. Because all the other belts have changed over the last 5 years or so. And then, with the Universal belt just being, a repaint of the WWE title, it went from red to blue. And then the women's belts being just similar to the men's belt, just being white with red and blue for their brands. I mean, I don't know. They just don't show much originality. Then, of course, you have that 24/7 belt that looks like a clock. I mean, the Cruiserweight belt looks okay. Went from purple to like a more of a darkish purple, almost black. And then the NXT belts are okay. I mean, the North American title looks good. And then, I don't know. It just... Oh, yeah, the World Heavyweight title. That is a belt I do miss. To date, that old big gold belt, which they used from WCW, briefly in the NWA, and then, of course, brought to WWE, that was, and to this day, probably still the best belt that was ever made. Especially when WCW had, it just said World Heavyweight Championship. It didn't even have a logo on it. I think WWE kind of disgraced it when they threw the WWE Scratch logo on it, because at least WCW made the belt sacred, because, they ended up replacing their own belts for it. Because, there was that brief time where Ric Flair, when he left the WCW for the WWF, he took the big old belt with him, so, because they didn't give him back his deposit for it. So they had to make a temporary WCW belt, and then eventually they said, you know what? As much as that WCW belt with the logo looked good, they liked the big gold belt better because it was sacred. It was like a true World Heavyweight Championship. It didn't matter what promotion it could have been for. It was like the belt. And, it was cool that WWE used it for a while from 2002 to 2013, but, that belt, that next to the NWA Championship, the original NWA Championship, well, or I guess not the original, maybe basically the current NWA Championship, but you know what I mean. The one that's been most of the NWA's kind of their main belt for at least good 40 or so years. But yeah, it's like... on it. Yeah, it was a great belt, man. Definitely better than the spinner belt and any other belt that's come out since. And it was cool that they brought it back briefly for Ric Flair for his birthday celebration before he got beat up backstage by Batista, so they could build up Triple H Batista's match. But still, that belt, that belt to date will always be the best belt. And then after that, I would say the Winged Eagle was a pretty cool World Championship. They just don't make belts good enough. At least nowadays, I'll say the AEW belt's a good-looking belt, and I even like the Ring of Honor World title. I feel like those are probably the best-looking belts currently in wrestling. The Impact Wrestling belt looks okay, but I miss some of the old belts they had back when they were TNA. And then, when it comes to belts, that's at least how I feel. WWE just doesn't make good belts. I guess the NXT belt looks okay, despite the fact that the men's and women's belt look the same, or the fact that the women's belt actually got some silver on it, but, if you just didn't look at that little detail, you really would just think they're like the same belt. Definitely, yeah, they do. AEW's belts they make WWE's belts, especially Raw and SmackDown, just look so much better. So much better, than Raw. I'm sorry to say, better than Raw and SmackDown's belts. Raw and SmackDown's current title just pale in comparison to AEW's. So, of course, now they're showing the Hall of Fame from 2005 when Hogan got inducted. Oh, the late, great Mean Gene Okerlund, man.
Last night, ladies and gentlemen, 7 more superstars
inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. May I present the class of 2005. Nikolai Volkov.
I'll tell you what an exciting evening last night for Nikolai Volkov and all he had gone through, defecting from a communist country to become a legend here in the WWE. A very proud man. Absolutely, and I'll tell you, he's a great competitor, and I love when he used to sing the Russian national anthem. It was so much fun. I've never seen it. It was awesome.
A former WWE heavyweight champion, the Iron Sheik.
I'll tell you, what about the Iron Sheik last night? How happy was he to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Oh, my man, the Iron Sheik. Oh, he was just elated, no doubt about it. But I'm telling you right now, the Iron Sheik was ahead of his time. And I myself, I tried to think I did the ring with
Wearing sneakers with a suit, that's interesting. But he already got that headdress thing on anyway, so it's whatever. Of course, Iron Sheik, you don't care. He's like, he'll wear what the heck he wants.
Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Talk about a man who's absolutely passionate about this great business of sports entertainment. Paul Orndorff, led to the ring by Miss Jackie, of course from SmackDown. Yes, and Paul Orndorff was happy about that, but now Mr. Wonderful, man, I'm telling you. Now, you remember the physique on him, his intensity, just moves off of it. Most Miss Jackie. But Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful, and that name is so apropos. He was wonderful.
Let's see, we go with the US Championship. Yeah, I agree. That belt was pretty bad. The butterfly belt, as it's called. Yeah, that Divas belt was a joke. They should never made the first. I mean, I get they made it because they wanted to have a second division on SmackDown, so of course that's why they brought that belt out. But I don't know. It seems like they were doing some things right. I feel like it was good to have one women's division over on Raw, and then SmackDown was more about the cruiserweights. But then they eventually stopped caring about the cruiserweight division and let the original cruiserweight division die by putting the belt on Hornswoggle. So I was like, instead of that, we'll just have a second women's division. I mean, they could have just kept the women's belt as exclusive to both brands instead of trying, or just at least kept it on Raw. I don't know. It's like, I mean, at least the women's belt they had before, the ones they have now, was okay, but that Divas belt was ugly.
And of course, we carry the King Lawler and Hulk Hogan. Absolutely, and Jimmy Hawk, tell you what, one of the greatest yappers out there can go out there. I don't think he needed a megaphone, man. He could talk.
Hot Rod, Roddy Piper.
Speaking of yappers, back to the ring by the beautiful Tori Wilson.
Oh, man, Tori Wilson. Coming out with Piper. Of course, Tori Wilson, I mean, Tori Wilson did look pretty hot here, but man, I mean, Tori Wilson nowadays is even hotter.
Pick it on. Get on, pick it on. Not a real superstar. Hot Rod ran big, but the Hot Rod man, one of the most confrontational, outspoken men in the history ever of music. Saw it earlier tonight with Stone Cold. Oh, he got stoned earlier, so you know.
And ladies and gentlemen, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Being led to the ring by Stacy Keibler.
Oh, Stacy Keibler. Coming out with Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster brother. Yeah, I'm huge with the titles. Remember on February 2016? Yeah, this belt sucks, or this belt's stupid. Like, people were pissed. And I don't blame them. I mean, and I had a bad feeling that they were going to make the Universal title just a recolor of the WWE Championship. And, here's the thing. I like the color red, but red didn't do that belt any justice. I mean, now it looks better blue, but even then, I wish the Universal belt was more original and not just a repaint of the WWE Championship. It's just, I feel like the belts should have been their own things. I mean, I get they're not ever going to bring back the big gold belt, but still, it's like, it's already not that, even the WWE Championship is not that good looking of a belt. I feel like it lacks the importance that it once had, like just having more of the strap and less of the gold. I mean, having the gold on the edges and on the side plates. I mean, that's the only thing that's made cool is the interchangeable side plates. But other than that, the belts nowadays just aren't that great. That's why I feel like AEW's got it right. I mean, I think the belts on NXT UK look okay, like the NXT UK Championship or even the NXT UK Tag Titles, but it just seems like the main roster stuff isn't all that great. Then the NXT belts are okay, the main NXT, but I don't know. Like I said, AEW's definitely got the best belts. At least when it comes to a current wrestling company, but I did think all the belts that used to be around WCW were pretty cool, like the old, United States Championship WCW, the Television Championship, WCW Tag Titles. Those were cool belts. I mean, heck, East W had some pretty cool looking belts when they made their own original belts. I remember for a while, a lot of the old East W belts were ripping off some of the WF belts, like how the ECW Television Championship just was like a carbon copy of the Winged Eagle, and then the East W Tag belts used to be like a ripping off of the Intercontinental design. But at least when they made their own belts after a while, they looked pretty cool. Well, coming up next, we're going to have Triple H defend the World Heavyweight title against Batista. Of course, this was a big matchup. Seeing Batista come into his own. And we eventually saw the end of Evolution. At least of the original Evolution, before Evolution would get back together, in 2014.
Championship at SummerSlam last year. It's all about Triple H. Orton made a choice to take my World Heavyweight Championship. But I won Royal Rumble. Batista will be the man at WrestleMania 21. It was still all about Triple H. I gave you guidance. I gave you direction. And I made you the animal that I see standing in this ring today.
So I just want to see how much longer left in the show before it's over. Alright, still got a good 30 or so minutes left in the show, so that'd be how much longer is left on my stream. So, it's going to be a fairly long match between Batista and Triple H, but yeah. Alright, so here in a moment I gotta post in the live chat one more time. Well, one more time for the last match.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Oh boy, that's how about the game how you played it. The game got played. So Sheamus workout channel with Batista. Batista said he owes Triple H a lot of credit since Triple H came on 3 times when they faced and helped him. Now it makes sense why Triple H won WrestleMania 35. Yeah, I mean, I do remember that when they had their series of showdowns after Batista beat Triple H for the world title. I mean, Triple H knew what he was doing. I mean, because if you remember, Triple H had a bad reputation for, I guess, early on burying talent, but of course nowadays it's the opposite. Triple H actually helps build talent. But I guess because Sheamus, of course, you just mentioned him. He's another guy that Triple H had a lot of interest in and helped build him up. But definitely Triple H saw some Batista, and that's why Batista not only became a fairly big star in WWE, but also, a big star in Hollywood. I mean, Batista is Drax the Destroyer, among other roles, in Hollywood. So Triple H, smart guy, he knew what he was doing when he helped Batista, become a big star in the company. Alright, so of course, as Motorhead performs Triple H's theme, of course, the late Lemmy Kilmister, somebody who would sadly pass away, 5 years ago almost. Somebody who always will be known for, playing that iconic theme of Triple H's. So you finish posting this here in the live chat, just for anyone who watches the replay later. Okay, there we go. Just had to post that real quick. And that is it. Triple H with that iconic water spit. What is favorite WWE theme? Huge debate. I want to say probably one of my favorite themes has got to be Edge's theme, which is Metal English by, if I said that right, by Alter Bridge. I always kind of been a big fan of that theme song. That, and I used to like This Fire Burns by Killswitch Engage. I used to love when CM Punk came out to that theme. I mean, Cult of Personality by Living Colour is a pretty good song, but I always got more popped every time they played This Fire Burns. So definitely a tie between This Fire Burns and Metal Lingus. Because Edge, you know, one of my favorites all time. CM Punk used to be one of my favorites, but not anymore. But still, every time I hear that This Fire Burns, I always get pumped hearing that theme song. So I don't know, it's kind of a tie between the two theme songs, which one's my favorite. I mean, if I had to choose one, I think I almost want to say I like maybe Edge's theme a little bit better, but I don't know. Like I said, it's really a tough choice because both themes are like awesome sounding. Of course, here comes Batista before he came out to Walk Alone, came out to his old theme song. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's why it was such an awesome song. Plus, I'm a big fan of Killswitch Engage. I used to love when Howard Jones was their lead singer. I mean, don't get me wrong, their lead singer, their original singer, Jesse Leach, who eventually came back to the band, I mean, he's a good singer too, but I always thought Howard was better. And it's not to take anything away from Jesse Leach. I mean, he's a good singer too, and I love Howard Jones and the band he's in now, Light the Torch, which also be known as Devil You Know, but they had to change their name. I mean, it was awesome to see them together for a song too. When Killswitch invited Howard to do a song with them, I mean, to hear Jesse and Howard, you know, how they kind of complement each other, you know. Jesse's more the more mellow kind of sound in his voice. Howard's got more of the more deeper screams. I mean both singers are great. But that's how I feel. That's why I love This Fire Burns. Just hearing Howard go, "I will not be denied this final hour. Will be denied this time mine." I mean, man, that song, they give me goosebumps even just singing it. Even through the darkness, this fire burns. Sorry, I almost kind of forgot a little bit some of the words. Fire burns always. This fire burns always. And man, maybe Stephen Fate 2. Shawn Michaels retweet. Yeah, I would definitely say the Undisputed Era theme song is pretty good. And, you know, hey, Shawn Michaels. I mean, it's kind of hard not to sing, "I'm a sexy boy, sexy boy." I mean, and there's a lot of other good theme songs I like. Heck, I mean, some people may not like this one, but the NWO theme song, you know. Now, wow, I mean, it sounds like a porno song, but shoot, I mean, that NWO thing, when you heard it, you know, you knew shit was about to get real. Or heck, just DX's theme song. I mean, that's their good theme song. Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? I mean, and of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin's. I mean, that's another good theme song. Or heck, any of the Rock's theme songs. Other than the one that they did where they removed it, if you smell or do you smell from the theme. But I mean, the Rock's always had some pretty good theme songs. But definitely, Edge and CM Punk's themes are always going to be my two favorites. Yeah, Adam Cole, baby! Even if he doesn't want you to, like how he would tell the fans to stop cheering for him. But, you know, hey, it's hard not to, you know? Or heck, I mean, as much as I think all of us kind of ignore Paul Heyman, everybody always be quoting Paul Heyman every time Brock Lesnar comes out. The reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar! I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, and it's kind of hard, you know, not to see that anymore. Not having a crowd, I mean, it's just not the same. It's like, man, just need to hurry up. I mean, obviously hurry up safely, because we don't want more people to die from this dang virus, or at least get infected by it. Man, I'm just ready for this pandemic to end already. It's just been hard to watch these shows and not have the crowd, you know, especially NXT. I mean, I can give it Raw and SmackDown, to be honest. Raw and SmackDown, the crowd participation's not always that great to begin with. But, I mean, NXT, the crowd kind of made that show in a way, alongside the wrestling. Yeah, I would say Broken Dreams is a pretty good theme. I mean, it's kind of a shame they didn't go back to that theme. And then the theme he had for a while in NXT was alright, which was originally Roderick Strong's theme, but they eventually put it with Drew McIntyre. It was pretty cool. Then they changed it. I mean, I guess it works for him nowadays, but I don't know. Broken Dreams was a pretty good song. I did like it. Even though it was back when he was like a heel when he was just started, before he went to 3MB. Now, they used to have a lot of good themes back in the day. It seems like now the themes they have nowadays are okay, but they're just, at least a lot of the best ones are on NXT. I mean, I guess Seth Rollins' theme is okay, especially with the Burn It Down on there, but yeah. Now Batista and Triple H locking up. And now they're back to staring at each other. So far, Batista Triple H off to a slow start. Now, Batista gets Triple H down with that shoulder block. Triple H gets back to his feet. And the referee for this match, of course, former referee Mike Chioda, which, man, I still want to know the story of Mike Chioda being fired from WWE. If he wanted to be let go, like, or WWE just decided, okay, we're going to look through our refs. Who we're going to keep? Well, let's get rid of the one ref we've had for longer than any other ref, for like 31 years. I mean, there had to be more to the story with Chioda, because I don't know why you would get rid of somebody that's been with your company for so long. I mean, nobody should be let go anyway, but the fact they let him go, you know, he was their senior official after Earl Hebner left. I don't know. Oh, and Batista lifts Triple H up and throws him down. That kind of like almost like a royal press almost, or a military press. And then the classic. I thought that they were saying their theme. Yeah, like the Big Show. Yeah. Yeah, very few wrestlers actually do. I mean, it's like Shawn Michaels and John Cena, you know, or the few we can think of that actually do sing their own theme song. But oh yeah, or like when they made that album, that WWE Originals, where you got all these different wrestlers singing their theme songs, like Booker T and Kurt Angle and whoever else. Batista whips Triple H off the ropes, misses the clothesline. Triple H, gets him with a knee in the face. And sends Batista out of the ring. No. It was some other band called Ever After that actually sang Jeff Hardy's theme, but Jeff Hardy did sing his TNA themes, though. So you were close. I don't think WWE had much, confidence in Jeff Hardy's singing ability like TNA did. I mean, it would be interesting to see if WWE let Jeff Hardy sing his own theme song, but it's, like I said, it's a band that I think it's called Endeavor, actually, if I remember right, but it's spelled like End Ever or something like that. But still, hey, No More Words is a pretty good theme song, and it's good to see that he's back to using it too, since now he's solo with Matt Hardy being in AEW, so there's really, I guess they feel there's no reason for him to be using the Hardy Boys theme anymore. Because, he did use it for a while before they eventually gave him that theme song, so it's good to see him back with that song again. And that song did fit him better as a solo competitor. Oh, man, Ric Flair, of course, choking Batista with his coat while the referee distracted by Triple H. Of course, third player of the game, Ric Flair. Figured he'd get involved at some point. Ooh, and Batista gets sent to the ring apron. Ooh. Triple H with an elbow to Batista's back. Walking back to class after we sent the principal's office. My pals just imagine us walking with the evolution theme as we were back, guys. Oh, were you a little bit of a troublemaker in school? I mean, I can see that. I mean, like when I was in school, everybody wanted to be in DX or the NWO, so I can see that. I never really got myself in trouble where I wanted to enter the principal office or anything, but still, I mean, oh boy, I have to watch out for you. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, here comes Ric Flair again, choking Batista. Once again, as the ref is distracted. Ooh.
back has been the object of the aggression. Hear that? Don't get me wrong. Blake's not enjoying himself right now. He doesn't get pleasure out of doing this. Because you heard him say himself, he loves Batista. Like he was his own brother. Then Batista turned on him. Oh, Batista, the game walked in the big right hand that time.
Ooh. Taking a shower, I would walk out of the bathroom. More like Triple H. Yeah, I feel ya. I think one of my favorite things I used to do when I was in school, I would be always talk like I was The Rock and do the people's eyebrow. I mean, doing that, or talk like I was the Macho Man, because The Rock and Macho Man are probably the two wrestlers I could do like the best impressions of. Like me and my friends, we were doing something wrestling related. Like we'd go wrestle each other outside, you know. And doing the crotch chops and doing the middle fingers and all that. I mean, of course, making sure we don't get in trouble, but you know. Or some of those days when I used to go to my friend's house and we'd go, or they'd come over to my house and we'd either be watching Raw or Nitro. We'd technically be watching both unless one of them was preempted because of a sporting event. But otherwise, I remember those days just flipping back and forth. Oh, what's happening on Raw? What's happening on Nitro? Especially when, you know, they'd be on at the same time, because usually Nitro would have that 1 hour head start, but then for a while there was the time where Nitro was on for 3 hours, so I would try to stick around with Nitro until they go commercial, and then go over to Raw. And then, of course, Raw always had the overrun, so once Nitro was over, I'd go turn back over to Raw to see what's going on over there. I mean, that was always, you know, exciting. And then I remember, like, me and my friends, if it was like, say it wasn't a school night, we'd actually, after we were done watching, like, say, SmackDown, we would start doing our own wrestling. It got bad one time, though, that we were in my friend's living room doing our own wrestling, and that got to the point that their dog started barking a lot, and their parents like, hey, you guys knock it off. Did you wrestle a trampoline? Yeah, occasionally. I mean, I never had my own trampoline, but I did have some friends that did have trampolines, so I would go wrestle with them. But, of course, we would sometimes wrestle in my backyard. We just have to be careful we didn't slam each other too hard. Like, I remember one time we grabbed, like, some broomsticks. We grabbed, like, some twine, and then we wrapped some of the broomsticks to twine, and the rest of it to, like, some fence posts, and we had our own ring set up. I mean, we tried to make our own wrestling promotion, but we didn't really do it for too long. We just didn't have the interest in trying to do backyard wrestling, but I don't know. I did most of my wrestling through video games or with action figures, if anything. In fact, I remember, oh my gosh, I miss playing WF No Mercy. I wish I still had that. I wish I still had both that game and N64. I used to love playing that. I remember the first time I rented it from my local grocery store, we spent the entire weekend playing the game. We were all taking turns playing like the survival mode. I mean, that was like the game to play back then. I mean, to this day, I still love WF No Mercy. Like, I will debate this. I mean, there's a lot of people like WWE SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, which is also a good game, don't get me wrong, but I still love WF No Mercy. I mean, and once I bought it for myself, I mean, I was like, I had to keep playing the game. Like, beat it till the end. I mean, I would go crazy with that game. I mean, it was still like the most fun I ever have. And that and NWO Revenge was a fun game too. I used to love playing both those games. And then just playing with all the action figures I used to have. I mean, of course, I have figures now as a collector, but back then I was lucky just to have whatever figures I could get, whether it be the old Jack's Bone Crunchers or any of the Toy Biz WCW figures. I mean, you know, and just have like interpromotional fights. Like, finally have that match between Goldberg and Stone Cold Steve Austin, because we wouldn't actually ever have it in real life, other than having Austin as a guest referee between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. But, you know, just have all these different cross promotionals between the WF and WCW. Man, those were the days. Ooh, Batista goes right in the steps, which is kind of crazy to think nowadays. If you throw a wrestler into the steps, it can be disqualification, but not always. I'm going to make my own wrestler, choosing RKO as a finisher. I'm coming to a property theme, Spider vs. Raw 2007. Yeah. Yeah, for me, I would usually either come out to the Rock's theme, or for a while I would come out to John Cena's theme before I eventually got the option to be actually able to import your own music. Unless there was like maybe some good music in the, you know, menu, like I remember like some of the SmackDown vs. Raw games, like they had like Static X in one game or Disturbed in another. I'd usually go with whatever Disturbed or whatever metal song they had in the game. And then I'd always go with my own custom finisher. Like, even though it's technically a real move, Burn Hammer, I'm glad they gave you the option to make it as a move on the game. When they started doing the creative finisher, I think it was in SmackDown vs. Raw 2009? Or was it 2010? I forget which game it was. They started letting you do the creative finisher, but I always would do the Burn Hammer as my finisher. And then eventually I would switch from using The Rock to my Titantron and his entrance to John Cena to eventually CM Punk. But nowadays, I don't really play the games anymore. Ooh, and Triple H is busted open. Ooh, damn. But yeah, that's what I always. Those were always my go-tos for who I would use for theme songs and all that. Uh-oh. Batista's grabbed Triple H by his hair. Time to go back in the ring, Triple H. Man. Ooh, and smack him in the steel steps. Which is weird now they would consider that as qualification, but I mean I guess I can understand if you pick up the steel steps and hit him with the steel steps, but nowadays, because that's how WWE is. Heck, this is the same company that'll do with disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match, which still makes no sense. Or a rest stoppage like with Seth Rollins and The Fiend, which that was still dumb. But whatever, that's WWE nowadays. Vince McMahon has definitely lost touch with the fans over the last decade or so. He just doesn't really care, though. Man, Triple H just played like crazy. Batista take advantage of it, man. Gonna punch us some more on that wound there. Uh-oh. Don't get in there, Nate. Don't get in there, Nate. Don't get involved. Batista just beating the crap out of Triple H. So Triple H just spews blood. Ooh. Damn, Batista get all over his hands. Ooh. Kicks Triple H down to the mat. Man. So let's just keep it real quick. I want to see how much is left. Alright, still got a good 11 minutes left in the show. I was just curious, because this match has been decent, but I don't expect it to be a classic. I mean, obviously their match that they had, at last year's Mania, that was something. Seeing Triple H grab those pliers and rip that nose ring right out of Batista's nose, I mean, that was something. And that was a brutal match. But I mean, this one's still pretty good, I guess, for what it is, because it was that first ever 1-1 between Triple H and Batista. The first of 3 matches they would have in 2005. Before Batista would eventually go over to SmackDown. When I was a boy, he would let me play Stuart Murdoch, and he would always choose Triple H. I'd be like, screw you, man. I would be like, Triple H, of course. Triple H was always one of my favorites back in the day, and I still do like Triple H. I'd be like, man, let me play Triple H. If you like, I'll tell him this: if you play as Triple H, I play as The Rock, or Austin. That's what I would tell him. Or I guess whoever's in the game, because if you were playing SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, I mean, or Batista, play Batista. I mean, I was team. Wow, I would be like, that's some friend. I mean, at least I always let my friends pick whoever they want. Of course, my friends would like different people than I liked, but still, like, I was always into the guys that were the top guys, like Triple H and Sting and Rock, guys like them. And the choice for Mark was 70 for 80. Dang, that's, wow. I'll be like, what a jackass. I'm sure he's probably, I don't know if he's won anymore, because, people obviously, I would hope, change as they get older, but still, I would be like, man. I would be like, dude, if I can't choose a wrestler that's, like tough as your wrestler, then I'm like, man, I'd be pretty much run away from that wrestler or something, and I'd be grabbing weapons unless this qualification is turned on. I would say, I hope you actually won some matches with Trevor Murdoch. Teach Triple H a lesson. Oh, there's Flair. Oh, Flair gets spine-bustered. Oh, Triple H got the world belt. Don't turn around, Batista. You're going to get struck at the belt. And of course, the ref is distracted, trying to get Flair out of the ring. Yep, and Triple H, clocks Batista with the world belt. Ooh. But of course, Triple H only gets a 2. Batista gets a shoulder up. Man. Yeah, but luckily I got my system a year. It just last laugh. Yeah, I was going to say, you better have, like, practice so you know Trevor's moveset and be like, oh, what the heck? It's an upset. Trevor Murdoch being Triple H. Oh, and Triple H with the low blow of Batista. I mean, I get it. If you were at your friend's house and obviously it's his rules, play how he wants you to play, that's one thing. But I'm like, man, he'd better be playing against the computer instead of making you choose a wrestler you didn't want to play as. Because at least with me and my friends, we always did tag team matches. It was very rare we actually would play against each other unless we were bored and wanted to see who could beat, the other person. Otherwise, mostly we would do tag team matches. Or we would do Royal Rumbles. Like, I remember, I would sometimes take my PlayStation 2 over at my friend's house and we would play, SmackDown vs. Raw Tales at 8. And we would just mostly do the Royal Rumble mode to see how long we could last with the wrestlers that we put in the match. Before we actually get eliminated and have to play as a different wrestler. And I usually would always go in with my custom wrestler, usually. Yeah, that was sad about Lance Cade. To pass away as young as he did. He's a guy who had this potential, too, because, Lance Cade was starting to, be with Chris Jericho. He was like, Chris Jericho was taking Lance under his wing, and if Lance just made some right choices and stayed away from, prescription painkillers and whatever else that he OD'd on, I mean, I think he would still be around today. Well, and there we go. Batista just pinned Triple H with a Batista bomb to win his first World Heavyweight title. So there you go. That was the main event of WrestleMania 21. As the show is getting ready to end here in a few minutes. As they'll, of course, after Batista celebrates, as they have the confetti, they'll play the, closing package showing every match that happened on the show. But yeah, man, I think back all the days when I used to play games. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, I don't play wrestling games anymore. The last game I played and legitimately enjoyed was 2K14. That was a pretty good game. I used to play the Universe mode, which was the closest you can get to the GM mode. And I would do Raw, SmackDown, I would do WCW and ECW, because I'm glad they give you that option where you could do that, especially with the create arenas. Make a lot, and of course you'd have a good decent amount of wrestlers on the roster, and then I had to make some custom wrestlers as well for any wrestlers that were on the game, but they always had their moves. And then 2K15 came out, and because I have the Xbox 360 version, I don't have an Xbox One or a PS4. I didn't like 2K15 all that much, and after that, I just lost interest in the video games, to be honest. And then I saw how 2K20 was such a disaster. I'm like, wow. I mean, if I bought 2K20, it'd be for shits and giggles. Otherwise, man, they rushed that game. It was a real shame that they let Ukes, kind of go away, let their contract expire for Ukes and went with somebody else, and then WWE made them rush the game, and that's why the game ended up being crappy. And then I heard there's a rumor that 2K21 might not even come out this year, because usually by WrestleMania time is when they start developing the game. But because of the pandemic, they can't do it this year, so there's a chance they may not even do 2K21 this year. Which I would say, you know what? Because they put a game out every year, it's almost like they should just kind of take a break, try to develop the game right, and try to make the games interesting again, because I don't know, they just haven't been as great as they used to be. I mean, I know it's hard to say, because I haven't played 16, 17, 18, or 19, or 20, which, I mean, all the other games look like they were interesting, but I don't know. It just seems like the games were the best back when they were in the SmackDown vs. Raw franchise, or just the old games, the N64. I mean, like I said, I loved No Mercy. I loved playing Revenge. I mean, I don't know. Just the games, even though they're graphic-wise, they're amazing. That's about it. It's like, it's just, I don't know, the gameplay. It just doesn't seem as fun as it used to be. And maybe that's just how I feel, to be honest, because I grew up on the N64, so... I mean, of course, I grew up with the original NES, and the original NES wrestling games, which I never played any of them. They were kind of crappy looking. And then there, of course, were the ones for the Super Nintendo, which I did play, like, the WrestleMania game on the Super Nintendo once. But I don't know, I feel like the N64 was like the golden era. Then, of course, the PlayStation 2, I mean, there were awesome PlayStation 2 games. And then, the 360. Alright, dude, I appreciate it. Yeah, hey, remember what Jim Cornette says before he had to leave the NWA. Trevor Murdoch is a guy who will ride on a motor scooter with a bucket of fried chicken on his back through Ethiopia. Remember that. That's how tough Trevor Murdoch is. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I like Trevor Murdoch. He's pretty cool. I mean, I was never a big fan of him, but I mean, I liked him for a while when he was doing that whole country music singer gimmick. That was pretty funny before he left WWE, but... Yeah, I do appreciate you coming on. I appreciate all the questions. It was good to actually meet another fellow wrestling fan. Of course, besides this, I do toy hunts, and once things go back to normal, I hope to bring back my toy hunts in the series. So, I don't know, I might have to go look through some of my toy hunts. I'm going to probably try to put up my Toys R Us ones in a compilation at some point. Plus, Toys R Us is not around here in the U.S. anymore, until they did reopen a couple of stores, but because of the pandemic, they had to probably close. But yeah, hopefully when things go back to normal, I'll start trying to do videos. I mean, maybe I'll try to order some wrestling cards online. I haven't done that in a while either. I've been mostly focused on my other channel as of late. But I think at some point I'll bring back a wrestling trading card. Joe, you're back. You're back right before the stream's going to end. Okay, thank you for subscribing, Omar. I do appreciate it, dude. It was nice talking to you. Joey, man, you're coming right as the stream's going to end, dude. Because WrestleMania is actually I'm getting ready to wrap it up here in a moment, so... They just now finished up with Batista defeating Triple H for the world title, so yeah, they're now showing the closing highlights. Oh, okay, well, hey, it's understandable, dude. I mean, at least you were around for the first part of the stream, but yeah, I'm just gonna wait till this highlight package finishes playing before I wrap the stream up. But just to let you guys know, as I have mentioned before, until things change with my schedule at work, the streams are going to stay on Wednesdays for a while. So, Throwback Thursdays will be throwbacks for the time being. But I'll probably just, I don't know. Like I said before, I thought I'd change the streams to Wayback Wednesdays, but I don't know. I'm just going to keep calling them throwbacks because, I mean, me and my boss already talked about it. He said once things get back to normal at work after this pandemic's done, he'll probably have me back to my normal Thursdays. Yeah, so we'll have Thursdays and Sundays off again, because there's probably a chance that Wednesday won't even be my regular night off. That, as I made the joke in my video with my Wade Barrett figure, that there's a chance I could probably back off on Fridays again, or back off on, Tuesdays, or whatever night that I can't work, unfortunately. I mean, it's just how it is right now with this damn pandemic. But just a reminder, so that's it. This is going to be the only stream I'm probably going to do this week. I mean, I could do a stream on Sunday since I have my other night off, but I don't know if I will. Because obviously there's nothing going on this Sunday. There's no pay-per-view for at least another 2 weeks. Money in the Bank is, I want to say 2 weeks from this Sunday. Because it's on, May 10th, I think? Whatever day it is. I don't remember. But yeah, anyways. Like I said, no SmackDown stream on Friday because I'll be back at work on Friday as well. As long as, being back at work tomorrow. And then, of course... Work Saturday, off Sunday, then I work Monday and Tuesday, so, yeah, that's how it's going to be. But, hey, you know what? As I said before, I'm not going to complain. I'm happy to be back working a 5-day schedule. And it was nice to be on vacation for a while. I mean, I mostly just chilled at home and just caught up on YouTube videos and made YouTube videos for my other channel. And I'll just relax for a while before I go back to the hustle and bustle of this crazy world we're living in, But anyways, guys, that's it. I'm going to get ready to turn. I'm going to be ready to flip this around here in a moment because, I'm going to struggle for a while trying to shut the stream off. It's like, I don't know, I struggle somewhat. So let me do this real quick. Let me flip it. There we go. So you guys don't have to watch me struggle so much. But yeah, there you guys go. That was my throwback stream for WrestleMania 21. I will put up another poll here soon. I'm going to call it a second chance poll, and I'm going to put the runner-ups for my last 3 polls on there so you guys can choose from those shows. And then start next month, I'm going to probably try to do some other shows, like maybe try to do some WCW shows, maybe some ECW shows, maybe some other classic WWF, WWE shows. Just whatever I feel like, streaming for the heck of it. And, it's always good to get your guys' input on what shows I should stream. Because, hey, I want to keep this throwback series going. I mean, help me get, maybe to an episode 6, get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I want to keep this going. Plus, it's not just for watching the shows. It's getting to know other wrestling fans. Because I had a good conversation with Omar Hernandez. Dude, thank you for being here. Of course, Joey's a know it. I'm glad you came back, even if it was for a brief time. And anybody else that came on the stream for a while, hey, thank you for watching. It was fun to go back and watch WrestleMania 21, and I look forward to watching another WrestleMania next week. So, guys, that's it. I'm signing off. Take care, stay safe, and as always, rock on and keep collecting.